What's up, everyone? Happy Saturday. Doing this show solo. Big Ray is out chasing girlies around the town. He's a little portly, so we'll see if he can catch them. My bet is yes, though. I think he can catch them. Can he corral them? That's a whole different story. We have Cruz in the chat. What's going on, man? You know what, Cruz? I like your fat fingers, so don't talk down about yourself. I was talking about Mason Taylor in the chat before the show. I do love Mason Taylor. That is my last year was Tucker Kraft was my what did I call him? I even forget the saying. My friend, my brother, my lover. That was Tucker Kraft. This year, it's Mason Taylor. That is my guy this year. It's not going to be as fantasy relevant because he's going like tight end 26. But for these best ball drafts, especially, and I actually think he's going to sneak in the top 12 this year for a guy you get with your last round pick or actually undrafted in almost every league. Definitely love him in Dynasty as well. And then Cruz says, I think Laporta and Tunges will be Oregben. I don't know what that is, what that word is. Anyways, I love Laporta as well, going tight end 8. And then Jake Tunges is a guy, if you go 0 tight end or wait at tight end, depending on what we learn about George Kittle, Jake Tunges is going to be a streamer. Like he dominated last year. I don't know if you guys saw, I didn't see this personally, but Storey was watching WrestleMania because he's still in 8th grade with that 8th grade hair he has. Kittle was at WrestleMania chugging beers. So that's pretty good. Anyways, UDFA 3, guys. Let me know in the chat who wants to get in. We're going to start it up in a couple minutes. I want to wait for Dakota. I'm sure Jake and Dakota want to get on this, maybe Mouth. Give them a couple minutes before I start the draft. It is a $2 entry. It's a 20 max. So let's see. Yeah, 20 rounds. I think it's 20 max. So there's still half. It's only half full. Should be around. These have been going really fast though. So they'll probably do the UDFA 4 if this one fills up in the next couple days. But the draft is in 5 days, gentlemen. So get your draft questions in for me. If you want to tune into a show, a really deep dive, me and Storey last night did some deep gems. We did quarterback rankings and tight end rankings, our personal rankings. And then Monday, me and Storey are doing running back and wide receiver. And then me and Mouth are doing a wide receiver deep dive on Tuesday night. So a lot of content for you guys. Tonight, we're just drafting some teams and talking some ball. Also, we got to talk about the Dexter Lawrence trade. So Dexter Lawrence to the Bengals for the 10th pick, which my original thought is that's a hell of a lot for a guy that's going to be 29 years old in the beginning part of the season. Dexter Lawrence is not an edge rusher. He's a defensive tackle. He's one of the best in the business, but I think this is a win-win for both teams because now the Giants have the 5th and the 10th pick, and there's a lot of good players in that top 10. And then on the Bengals side, they're in win now mode. Like they need to win this year. They needed to replace, they need to replace some players in that defense. And Trey Hendrickson was a lot older. Henderson was 32. They couldn't sign him. So I still prefer Hendrickson for this year, just based on the fact he's an edge rusher. But other than that, it's just too much. But he's probably better than the guy you could take at 10 if it's Ruben Bain or another pass rusher. Like he's better than those guys for the short term. But I don't like mortgaging the future there if I'm the Bengals for a guy that is somewhat declining. I don't want to say Dexter Lawrence is a bum now, but you're going to get a couple good years out of him. But these defensive tackles, when it starts to go, it really goes. All right, so let me know who wants to get in this draft, and I'm going to start up here in a couple minutes. So just let me know in the chat. What's going on with the chat? See if this is working. There we go. It works. All right, let me know. I'm going to start this up in a couple minutes, and we might do multiples tonight. We'll see how it goes, see who's watching, all those kind of things. But this is the UDFA 3. It's a $2 best ball, 20 rounds. If you're not familiar, stick around, pay attention, learn some things. If you are familiar and want to play with us, I'd love to draft with you. At the end of every draft, we do draft grades and talk some shit about each other's teams. Mostly Dakota's team because we always like making fun of his. So I'm just going to start it up now. And if people come and they want to do another one, I will hop in another one. So I'm going to start this up. If you're here, if you're listening, if you want to hop in, go right ahead. So we have 6 more to start, guys. Anyone wants to hop in, UDFA 3, 6 more to start. I should fill up here in about 30 seconds. So hop in there now. Draft against me. Cruz, make sure you do a promo code, dude. There is promos out there for Underdog. So I think one of them is $5 to win 75. Or $5 to have $75 bonus bucks. So there's a couple, man, depending on what state you live in. So definitely check that out before you sign up blindly. And if it gives you the 50% match, I always recommend putting as much in. If you're going to be playing all year, this is literally April 18th. you might as well just fill that fucking do the max deposit. That's a smart way to go. Anyways, 4 more to start, guys. If you want to hop in, do it now. Otherwise, we'll do a draft later, I think. Pretty sure.
I brought a little bottle of spermicidal lube, too.
And 1 little bottle of spermicidal lube?
Yeah, 1 little bottle of spermicidal lube.
Evan, that's psycho shit, man.
It's not.
It's like Charles Manson shit. What do you think Becca's gonna be psyched that you brought a bottle of lube? Oh, Evan, thank you for bringing that lube for my pussy. I never would have been able to handle your fucking 4-inch dick inside my pussy without that gigantic bottle of lube.
All right, we are live here. 43 seconds till it starts. I have the 5th pick. Do I know anyone in this draft? Not appearing like it. All right, so I wish I had the 4th pick, but you know what? Maybe I get Puka. JSN, I love JSN. This is half PPR. Like, I expect regression from JSN, and I like to go running back early. So there's a chance I go Jonathan Taylor here, kind of mix it up and start off with a running back. So in the second round, I'm definitely taking running back at 20, but you don't know who's going to be there. So you're most likely looking at Kenneth Walker, Hampton, Jeremiah Love, Derrick Henry. I don't hate any of those guys, but I prefer Kenneth Walker and Saquon. That's my second round targets in almost every single league. Although, you know what? Derrick Henry every year, like, it shouldn't surprise us that Derrick Henry is just always going to be a top 5 running back, especially in half PPR. It's just what the guy does. And you know what? Like, you're not going to have to worry about the Harbaugh bullshit anymore with Derrick Henry, taking him off the field when they're, winning games or close games in the third quarter. And you're going to have a better offense because that offense last year was broken. Lamar was broken. I am up, and it's JSN. I'm taking Jonathan Taylor. That was quick. All right. Anyways, any draft questions, any football questions, any general questions, pop them my way. I will answer them to the best of my ability. Babe, do you have any questions for me that I can speak to the people? Any questions? Any football questions? You have nothing? You know why? Because my wife's she's in the next room. She's awesome at fantasy, and she knows it all. She doesn't need, to ask me any questions. What do I know? No, not top 5. I mean, he's not ranked that way, Cruz, but it's still Derrick Henry, and like he's gonna do. Let's just look at it. Even his numbers last year. So last year was the worst year he's had since 2023, but it was still 16 touchdowns and 1,600 yards, 15 catches. That's weak, but I mean, look at the touchdowns, man. 13 going back to 2022, 13, 12, 16, 16. Like, since he's been on the Ravens, he's had 16 rushing touchdowns both years. So he can regress and, have a worse year himself, even though, like I said, the offense will be better. Like, what's his floor, dude? If he stays healthy, which he always stays healthy, he's been hurt 1 year in his career. What's his floor? 12 touchdowns? Like, that's a pretty nice floor. I mean, obviously, with Derrick Henry's lack of pass game involvement, 12 touchdowns is going to be like, that's like the sky is falling, but he still would be return 3rd round value. So it's like he's got a really high floor, and the upside is still there. I mean, he could have 20 touchdowns. Like, I'm not. He's the one guy that breaks the mold. I'm not worried about Derrick Henry at all. They'll replace the offensive line, and Lamar being healthy matters more. You know what I mean? Like, that was, and honestly, Harbaugh being gone. Harbaugh screwed him last year. Like, he just didn't play him down the stretch in games, and he was off the field for like 2 straight drives. Like, Derrick Henry should never be off the field. I don't even like pulling Derrick Henry off the field on 3rd downs. I know he's not a great pass catcher, but when you take him off the field, you're just like on a 3rd and 5, you're letting the defense know what you're doing. And like, you could run Derrick Henry on 3rd and 5, because if it's at midfield, you're going to go for it anyway. Now you have a 4th and 1 worst case. So I just don't like the fact that they were pretty much giving their offensive blueprint to the other team when they take them off the field. So if I was coaching that team, there goes Derrick Henry at 18. Look at all these running backs. See, I'm glad I took a running back because these guys are all gone. There is Chase Brown. That is it. Like, Neighbors is available. Drake London's available. George Pickens is available. You know, I think I'm going to... Ooh, Malik Neighbors. Yes, please. So the start I could have had, because I would have wanted a running back for sure, it would have been... So I took Jonathan Taylor at 5. If I had taken JSN, it would have been JSN and Chase Brown. So what do you guys like better, JSN and Chase Brown or Jonathan Taylor and Malik Neighbors? I think I like JT and Neighbors in a half PPR. So yeah, all the running backs went before me, honestly, which is, look at this. Every pick in the second round up until Drake London, 6 straight running backs went off the board in the second round. Brock Bowers off at 22. Up in 6 picks. We're going to need another running back here. But I will take a couple of these dudes. Put them in the queue. Nico. God, I don't want to go Breece Hall that early, though. This could be a prime Josh Allen spot, but I just don't like taking quarterback that early. But that wouldn't be a bad decision. Let's see if I can get DJ Moore. What would my pick be? 53. Oh, Josh Allen's gone anyway. ETN, Nico. All right, I'll take ETN or Nico. This guy's probably going to take ETN. Yeah, he did. He took ETN. So we're going to take Nico here. Pretty nice value. All right, that's why you take running back in the first round, because I just got Neighbors and Nico with Jonathan Taylor. Not a bad start. I'll play catch up at running back here in the next couple rounds. But we're digging. We are digging.
Very cute.
Oh,
What's his name?
It's Kwame.
It's Kwame. Kwame. Mm-hmm. Nice name. Nice name.
Thank you. I think so too.
It's a little light for Kwame, no?
What?
A lot of names to pick, but it was a little darker, maybe.
Yeah, can you go?
That's very scary.
You need to get out.
Hey, any guys want ginger ale?
Here, get the fuck out.
There goes Tet McMillan at 33. A little bit early for my liking. I'll keep the board up for a little bit before I go to my queue. Always queue your players. It's one of my biggest pet peeves of people that don't set their queue. It makes your pick less stressful in case you have internet issues. You don't have to deal with that. And just smart to just have more guys in your queue than picks before you. So once I get to like 3 picks here, I want to set a queue at least of like 3 guys. Garrett Wilson at 35. I do like that range of receiver there. Pat T. Higgins and Garrett Wilson. If you go running back, I am comfortable with all those guys. Specifically, Garrett Wilson is my number 1. Also, if you are new to Underdog, in Underdog specifically, stacking is everything. Half PPR format, touchdowns matter so much. You got to have correlation in these tournaments between your quarterback and your pass catchers. It's an absolute must. I kind of neglected it for years, and it doesn't always help for the advancement rates. But if you're trying to like win, at least get to the finals, you need to have at least 2 or 3 stacks throughout your team. And you could go late. You could stack a guy like Calvin Ridley and Cam Ward. You can stack, McMillan with the Bucs with Baker Mayfield, things like that. It doesn't have to be Josh Allen and DJ Moore. It doesn't have to be Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. It doesn't have to be those things. Colson Loveland at 38. Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. That is what is his ADP? Like 40? 46 for his ADP. That's 8 spots early. I don't like that pick. I don't like reaching on tight end. Yeah, but they're, Cruz, he asked, have the Giants mentioned who they are targeting at the 10th spot? Carter hasn't lived up the hype yet. It's been 1 year. It was not a good year at all. The optics were bad. The effort stuff was bad. Talking to people in that building, it was bad. Bucky Irving's available. No, not anymore. He's not. So we're going to take Mike Evans. And as much as I don't want to have 2 Texans, I'm going to try to get David Montgomery on the way back. I really doubt he's there. I would take Judkins, though. So we're just going to set this queue up here. Take any of these guys. Lamar Jackson, no. Jaden Daniels, no. Okay. So we need a running back. We have Neighbors, Nico Collins, and Mike Evans. Anyways, to get back to your question, Cruz. Carter, they're tied to him. They spent a high draft pick on him. So I would say at 5, they're going best player available, and it wouldn't surprise me if they go defense. If they might go Sonny Styles, and like Sonny Styles at 5 makes a lot of sense for them. And then at 10, maybe they take Caleb Downs. Maybe they take both Ohio State guys and they get an elite safety and elite linebacker. I know those aren't exactly, it's an off-ball linebacker and a safety, which are not high-valued positions, but Harbaugh values those positions. So I wouldn't be surprised taking 2 studs. You know we're going to be there. We're going to take Judkins. So we have JT, Quinshon Judkins, Neighbors, Nico Collins, and Mike Evans. I really hope to get Brock Purdy on this squad. Pretty balanced start so far. We got Silver in here. Hey, I always wait about 5 minutes after I start the stream, Silver. That's why you got to get in the Discord, because I release the times of the shows in there. Talk to Cruz. He knows. And I release, 3 hours before when I make the stream. Even if you're subscribed, you can see it, but in the Discord, I'll give you the actual time, and you won't miss the stream. You won't miss the start of the stream. And if you want to draft along with us in a timely manner, I might do another draft after this, Silver, where it's to be determined. So many people are in here. If we reach our goal, either 5 supers or $20 in super chat, and subs. So subs plus super chat dollars, that equals 20, or just the 5 supers of any color. We will do another draft, or if there's like 25 people in here. Brian Thomas at 56. Another wide receiver run I love is McLaurin, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Brian Thomas. That range, super nice, man. God, wide receiver is so deep this year. Like Marvin Harrison's still on the board. As much as I've been very critical of Marvin Harrison, love his range this year. 6th round is free, if you ask me. DeAndre Swift. I don't think I've taken DeAndre Swift in one of these drafts. I think part of me is expecting the Bears to take another 4th round running back. And Swift played great last year, but so did Monangai. So, it's a timeshare. I just don't like those guys that don't have full 3-down potential. I know there's only a couple of those guys in the league, but we just know Swift won't ever be a 3-down potential guy with his size and the way that Ben Johnson wants to utilize his running backs. Where, guys like Bashal Tutin, obviously Javonte Williams is going way ahead of him, but Quinshon Judkins, David Montgomery, they're going to get a majority of the work. We know they're going to get a majority of the work. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, we will we'll get it going. Not quite the goal, but since you gave me that just for that, I guess I'll have to do it. Hopefully, Cruz can get his accounts started. Bashal Tutin's still available. That's wild. Marvin Harrison's available. We got some good options here, guys. Jaden Daniels. Nope. Brock Purdy is the target in the 9th round, or at least 8th round. I could reach him in the 8th. Goes Jordan Tyson, dude. We're gonna get, if we can get Bashal Tutin here. As much as I'm not a fan. Let's see. No, there goes Tutin. Come on, give me Marvin Harrison. This guy can't take another receiver. He already has 4. Hey, he took the wrong one. Sweet. All right, so here's the squad so far, guys. JT, Judkins, Neighbors, Nico, Mike Evans, and Marvin Harrison. So these are not, I guess Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart goes too early for my liking, but CJ Stroud's not really in play here, even though that's a stack. So I need to get Brock Purdy to get a relevant stack here on this team. No worries, Cruz. No worries. Working on a Saturday night and tuning into the stream. That's why we love Cruz around here. He's the man. He is the man. Here goes Chewy. Look at all these quarterbacks. Quarterback run. Now, Brock Purdy might be tough to get. Now, he's still way down there. RJ Harvey would be super nice. DK Metcalf would be nice. I'll take another receiver if I have to. Harold Fannin, I can't take him. I already have a Browns player. One rule of thumb here. This is a general life rule of thumb. Don't take 2 Browns on your team ever, even in best ball. Like, just don't do it. There is no upside in doing it. There's nothing. There's no reason to do it. And there goes RJ Harvey. Go fuck yourself. San Diego. I guess we can go take DK Metcalf here and then just be done at wide receiver for a while. I'm down with that. Wide receiver, super strong. Got to make up running back here with a guy like Kenneth Gainwell, with a guy like Blake Corum. But I also need Brock Purdy with this next pick. Let's see. 94 is ADP. I'm looking at 92. So I should be able to get Brock Purdy in the 8th. And then maybe a guy like Blake Corum in the 9th round. Hopefully some other guys join and draft with us as well. God, Trevor Lawrence is going so early this year. I just don't get it. So last year, let's just wrap our head around this one. Last year, Trevor Lawrence was going like quarterback 18. And Brian Thomas. So Trevor Lawrence is going, let's call it the 14th round. And Brian Thomas is going in the 1st round, early 2nd. Now you have Trevor Lawrence going in the 7th round, and you have Brian Thomas going in the 6th round. Explain to me how that makes sense, because it doesn't make any sense to me. And I love the Brian Thomas price, but I hate the Trevor Lawrence price. Last year, I loved the Trevor Lawrence price, and I hated the Brian Thomas price. And I had Trevor Lawrence in a lot of leagues, 0 shares of Brian Thomas. I did trade for him, and I got him at the lowest point he was at all year when he had that injury, and he still busted with that trade. But I love him this year. And the Trevor Lawrence thing, I get 9 rushing touchdowns. That's not sustainable. I mean, maybe it is. 9's a lot. Like he pencils in for like what Dak was doing early in his career. Those a lot of 6, 7. It was 6 rushing touchdowns for Dak 3 years in a row. That's what Trevor Lawrence is. He's going to get 6 or 7 rushing touchdowns. That's pretty good. Shout out Mouth. We got Mouth in the house. What's going on? Hey, Cruz is in. Hopefully, Cruz, you got some type of tell me you got some type of sign-up bonus or something. Please tell me that so I can feel better about myself. Because you're jumping in on my accord. Brock Purdy is still available, and I should be able to get him because this guy should take Mahomes over him. He has no ties to any of these teams, so we'll go Brock Purdy, and we can just hope we get Blake Corum with the next pick. Hell yeah, Mouth. Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear, man. Are you still in Jersey, or are you driving home, Mouth? Come on, give me Mr. Brock Purdy. Highly classified said CJ Stroud. Yeah, I mean, I do have Nico Collins, but a little bit ago I read the stats, very alarming. Beyond the on-field stuff, the stuff we've seen from CJ Stroud, which is he's regressed, and he's been worse every single year of his career. Still only 24 years old, but the stat I read about Anthony Richardson having more top 5 finishes in his career than CJ Stroud. And CJ Stroud had started 46 games, and Richardson started 14 or 15. So like that, and I know Richardson was balling out and getting a rushing touchdown every game, but that should tell you all you need to know. I mean, like, where's the upside in taking a guy like CJ Stroud? I don't care if it's a stack. Like, what's the point of stacking him if he's not going to be in your lineup? There's no way Blake Corum falls to me, and he does not. Jesus. That sucks. We're going to have to go. Ooh, Kyle Pitts is available. Oh, we can kind of go like a 0 running back build here. Man, I want to try to get George Kittle, though. And I think I'm going to do that. So instead of going Kyle Pitts, as much as I want to double stack Brock Purdy and take a guy like Kenneth Gainwell. I think that's the thing. So we're going to reach on Kenneth Gainwell. I need a 3rd running back. It's not ideal at all. I could maybe take Baker too. I kind of like this one from Mouth. Hot take: Davis Mills is better than CJ Stroud. We have discussed this a lot, Mouth, me and you. And last year when he was playing better, and then in the playoffs, that's CJ Stroud wasn't awful in the regular season last year when he was playing, but in the playoffs, you can give me it was tough defenses. I mean, the Steelers didn't really have a great defense, and the Patriots didn't really have a great defense either. So I don't know what's going on with CJ Stroud. I always tell the guy, I love his faith and his commitment, but he spends too much time at church. The dude needs to hit the fucking the film room, hit the gym, devote himself to football, and then after your career, go become a Jehovah's Witness or something. I don't care, man. Like, do something, because right now, whatever he's doing, it's just not working at all.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Okay, then.
You just take it easy, man.
That's your answer for everything, dude. And let me point out something. Pacifism is not, look at our current situation with that camel fucker in Iraq. Pacifism is not something to hide behind.
Just take it easy, man.
I'm perfectly calm, dude.
Yeah, waving the fucking gun around?
Calmer than you are.
Calmer than you are. All right, up in 8 picks. I don't hate that. I don't know how much. It's actually not even that hot of a take, although I think in the community, and if you talk to Texans fans, they love CJ Stroud. He does have a playoff win in every single, he has 3 playoff wins in 3 years, one in each year. And you look at guys like Dak Prescott, who we love on this channel, has 1 playoff win. So, but that's also on the back of that defense. This is good. You could dedicate your heart to Jesus, but your soul belongs to Roger Goodell. It's very, very accurate there from Mouth. And guys, if you are not tuned into Downtown Sports, what are you doing? Just easy listen there once a week only. Sometimes they put 2 episodes out, but every Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, Downtown Sports, 23 platforms. They're now on YouTube, guys. So if you're in the Discord, you'll get the links when the shows come out. If not, just search Downtown Sports on any single platform that has podcasts and give them a listen. Mouth and Beast. You see Mouth in this show quite a bit. Mouth knows his shit. He's a colorful individual that is well versed in all things football and all things sports, honestly. Knows quite a bit about life as well. Oh, let's see. What are we going here? 3 guys in my queue. George Kittle is still available. That's probably has to be the pick. And then I could back that up with Tunges to be safe later in the draft. How many wins, Cruz? Can you look this up, or somebody that's not working that's in the chat? How many playoff wins does Tony Romo have? Is that 1 as well? I think that might be 1, because famously he was holding for the extra point of that game, and he fumbled the snap, which is crazy that he was the holder there. Slippery ball too. That thing was shiny as shit. Almost got in for the 2-point conversion, but that was a loss, and he had a couple devastating playoff losses. Notably the Dez Bryant catch that wasn't a catch. I think it was against Green Bay. That was a playoff loss. But Tony Romo was, Tony Romo and Dak Prescott's careers are eerily similar right now, because those guys put up numbers. I think they're both usually in the top 5 each year at quarterback, and they just don't win. Where I said that guy like CJ Stroud, fucking 3 playoff wins, man. Kirk Cousins 1 playoff win. So essentially, CJ Stroud has more playoff wins than Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott combined. And, Lamar Jackson, what does he have? 3 or 4 playoff wins? So that is just crazy, because Lamar is so much better than CJ fucking Stroud. Malik Willis is available. That might be the play here. I'll take Malik Willis unstacked. I don't care. This guy's got 3 quarterbacks. There's no reason to take Malik Willis here, bro. Thank you. Here we go. So let's take a look at the squad here. We have Purdy, Malik Willis, Jonathan Taylor, Quinshon Judkins, Kenneth Gainwell, light at running back, but the wide receivers are stacked. Neighbors, Collins, Mike Evans, Harrison, DK Metcalf, and we have George Kittle. So we have George Kittle and Mike Evans to pair with Brock Purdy. We got to make up running back here. This is probably going to be a 6 running back team, maybe 7. I don't like to go more than 7, because at that point you're just tossing darts at scrubs that might not get playing time. I'd rather have extra tight ends, or even in this team, maybe 7, maybe 8 receivers. This should only be a 7 receiver build, though, with the 5 I have. So, yeah, please someone look that up. Tony Romo's playoff wins, and also look up Lamar Jackson's playoff wins. I know for a fact Dak has one, and I think that Romo has one. I think that Lamar only has 3 or 4. Because a couple of those years he had a bye and they lost. There goes Jalen McMillan at pick 130. Super early there, man. Cam Ward's off the board. CJ Stroud. I couldn't get CJ Stroud coming back. As much as I talk shit with Nico Collins, might as well. When in Rome. I don't like any of these tight ends. And Jake Ferguson wouldn't be bad. He's gone. And he's gone. Darnold Jones. And someone took CJ Stroud. Is that the fuck are you doing, bro? Why is this guy taking CJ Stroud over? He took Stroud over better quarterbacks like Daniel Jones. All right. Mike Washington, JCM. I think we have to take an upside shot here with Mike Washington Jr. Hope he lands on Seattle or the Vikings. That'd be a good landing spot for him. Romo, 2 career playoff wins. Thank you, Cruz. 2 and 4. Damn, he only fucking went to the playoffs 4 times. Like, that seems insane to me because they were fucking relevant as hell and he was balling out. But again, so yeah, CJ Stroud has more playoff wins than Romo. Mike Washington. And then I think I want, there's no quarterback to take. So we're going to be rolling with the kind of thin quarterback room of Purdy and Willis. And I will take either Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson, Ty Simpson with one of my last picks. Romo beat the Eagles in 09 and Lions in 14. Well, they should have won that game that Des Bryant had that catch. That's one of my, I'm not even, obviously, who likes the Cowboys anyway, but the fact they got screwed on that game, that was totally a catch. And I feel like the Cowboys and the Lions get screwed on that the most because that Calvin Johnson catch against the Bears week 1, that was probably the worst one I've ever seen. Because you could argue the Des Bryant one. You can't argue that Calvin Johnson catch. He was getting up. He caught the ball. He was getting up. He placed the ball down to get himself up and use the ball as leverage, and it fell out of his hands. And then they overruled it. That might have been, was that replacement referees? I mean, it could have been replacement referees. I hope it was because that was a terrible call. And I'm a Bears fan, but that was just, I love Calvin Johnson, and that was just such bullshit. I do remember the one notable replacement referee thing. It was week 1, and it was Seattle and Green Bay, and they called that. It was like the catch that was like a tie, and it was clearly an interception, and they called it a catch. Kincaid's available. I need another running back here. Let's go Zach Charbonnet. I like my build. I'm going to play for this for the end of the season here with Zach Charbonnet. We don't know when he's coming back. I just need more guys that could help me towards the end of the year at running back. This is definitely going to be a Mason Taylor team. CJ has more wins than the Cowboys in the postseason this century. Oh, yeah, I think I'm going to win NBA playoff best ball. Brunson, Cat, LeBron, and SGA. Brunson killed it. Cat killed it. Can we give a shout? Dakota's not in here. I was hoping Dakota was in here. I give LeBron a shout out. 41 years old, almost 42. And it wasn't the best game, but it was 9 of 15 from the field, 19 points, 13 assists, and 7 or 8 rebounds. 13 assists. And they won the game, right? Without Austin Reeves, without Luka Doncic. And I guess Kevin Durant missed the game as well. I don't know, man. LeBron hate is just insane. And some of my very co-hosts in the show have been on the show hating on LeBron. And it's a very popular thing to do. People love doing it. It's like a bandwagon thing. And these are even people that know ball. So that's just, it's head scratching to me. It's the Jordan thing, but can we just take Jordan out of the conversation? Can we just enjoy and respect what LeBron's done and not always just bring up Jordan? It doesn't have to be about Jordan. This is about LeBron. It's not about Kobe. It's not about Kareem. It's not about Wilt Chamberlain. It's not about any of these guys. Let's just focus on this era and this guy that's still balling out. Mark of consistency. And if you hate the era, you hate the era. But it's like saying Barry Bonds wasn't good at baseball because he took steroids. And there's no, LeBron might be on steroids, but there's no documented proof on that one. But everyone was on steroids when Barry Bonds was dominating. So I don't care. Like, Barry Bonds is the best baseball player I ever saw, not in the Hall of Fame. That's just as crazy to me that he's not in the Hall of Fame as all these guys saying LeBron's like not even a top 10 NBA player. Wild. Best career of all time that I've ever seen. All he's got to do is win this first round, Mouth. If LeBron wins this first round, then they're going to get Luka back. They're going to get Reeves back. And, they probably won't be operating at 100% capacity. But, and there he is. People who love to defend LeBron, it's a LeBron thing. LeBron guys are the reason why the conversation exists. No, I get it. I'm not making that conversation. I did for a long time. I was just giving the man a shout out for his awesome performance tonight. And Kevin Durant's softy Kevin Durant couldn't suit up for the game because he tweaked his knee in practice. We talking about practice. So it's about time to get another receiver here on this squad. Ooh. Let's get a Mr. Calvin Ridley to the team. Welcome to the team, Calvin. Guy I just love drafting. Let's look at the squad so far. Brock Purdy, Malik Willis. We have JT Jutkins, Kenneth Gainwell, Mike Washington, Zach Charbonnet, Neighbors, Nico, Mike Evans, Marvin Harrison, DK Metcalf, and Calvin Ridley with George Kittle. So we're going to have to make up tight ends. One thing I like about taking George Kittle, because I do like taking 3 and sometimes 4 tight ends. And you could justify it when you take George Kittle as your 1, especially if you have Brock Purdy. You can justify taking 4 because you're not going to get a full season out of George Kittle. But when he comes back, elite, and then you're going to have some flex-worthy appeal there. Tua's available. Gino's available. I'm looking at the end game with this team, though. Woody Marks might be the play if he's available. Booty's always a good decision. Chickaconquo would be a very good call. So we have options here. And there goes Chick. Okay, no big deal. Mouth wants me to take Gino. You really think so? With this build, probably a good call. I was going to go with Shador, Ty Simpson, or Deshaun Watson, but that's a good call. I don't think Gino's starting the whole year, but who knows? If they don't draft Ty Simpson, that's a pretty good call. Woody Marks is available, but I can get a running back later. Someone took Booty, right? Yeah. And my receivers are stacked. I can get 2 late guys that have 8 receivers and be fine with this team. Good call. Thank you, Mouth. Mouth is driving, super chatting, and giving me good direction in this best ball league. MVP? Is it MVP Mouth instead of LeBron? It's Mouth right here. We'll do it. Let's do it. And then we're going to have to make sure we get Mason Taylor, who is down here with our next pick. For some reason, if someone takes him, I'm just going to put some other guys I like in here. Tyreek. I actually can't take Tyreek. I already have Charbonnet and Kittle. Can't be taking more injured players. Yeah, that's probably the right answer, Dakota. We were saying more glass half full. If they can get past the Rockets, it's a big if. And then if Luka and Reeves come back and they're somewhat normal, let's say they come back by the end of the series. They have some time to get ready for the second round. Stranger things have happened. And the Lakers were rolling. Before those guys got hurt, they were one of the best teams in the Western Conference. Like, obviously, the record, they were fourth in the Western Conference. But, they were a top 3 team in the Western Conference when they were healthy. And, LeBron can exert all of his energy here, which is, with that age, with the mileage on his legs, he can't exactly give. That's the problem recently in the last 5 years. He can't give full effort. That's the defensive stuff, for every game in an entire playoffs. It's just not possible at that age. But he can take a little load off here. There goes Hawkinson. There goes some of the Gunnar Helm. Gross. This guy has Cam Ward though, right? Yep, that makes sense. Well, I would say that the Thunder will slap them hoes too. And, Denver's a tough team to gauge because Jokic is the best player in the world, but there's not a lot of the team. I just don't know what they're doing around Jokic. I feel like they keep on making lateral moves, getting ready. When they won the title and they got rid of some of their studs there, their bench was one of the big reasons why they won the title. Well, Dakota, that's what you get with a Kevin Durant-led team. And Sengun is soft. Terry Eason, good defender, but he's soft. Pretty soft team. Jabari Smith is super soft, bro. All right. I'm down. I'll check it out. Jordan James. I need my Mason Taylor here. I need it. I am digging this squad. We'll do a draft grade for me after this one, and we'll do one more draft after this, guys. Mouth, when are you back in New York? You can be able to hop in this next draft? So I have a couple guys I like here. It's not great. I need one more running back, too. Kamani Vidal is that dude, early season guy. That's the guy I got to target here. Let's take a little look at the team here. That's not my team. So Brock Purdy, Malik Willis, Geno Smith, JT, Judkins, Gainwell, Mike Washington, and Zach Charbonnet. Neighbors, Collins, Evans, Harrison, DK, and Calvin Ridley with George Kittle and Mason Taylor. This might have to be a 4 tight end team. And I think Tunges will be the 4th guy. Kind of insulate me against the Kittle if Kittle misses the first 8 games or whatever. And still getting the stack. So this will be a 7 receiver team. I think I can roll with 7 receivers in the squad. Marvin's my 4, DK's my 5, Calvin's my 6. This is a possible 7 receiver squad. So let's not fuck around. We'll take Kamani Vidal, one of my favorite late round running backs. It's going to get some work. Sorry to those of Marion Hampton Truthers. You know what? They can both be pretty good. All right. So we have 6 running backs. I think that's probably it at running back for me. It's a little thin, but we only have 3 picks left. So it's going to be 2 tight ends and a wide receiver. Although I do really believe in Mason Taylor, so maybe I just go Tunges and then Mason Taylor, and I just have it's essentially a 2 tight end build. We'll see what's available when we get there. Miles says he'll be back in time to draft the late squad, which I'm looking forward to. Dakota will probably be in the draft, I'm assuming. Cruz is going to be in the draft. We're going to have a full draft here. We're going to have Silver's going to be in the draft as well. It's going to be 5 or 6 of us. Very competitive stuff. Got a big week coming up next week, guys. We have Mike Storey joining me on Monday to do our running back and wide receiver ranks show. That's going to be awesome. If you missed yesterday's show, go back and watch it if you want. We did deep gems, we did quarterbacks, and we did tight ends. The ranks there. Tuesday, Mouth is joining us. Mouth from Downtown Sports, guy you see in the chat all the time, the guy we love. We're doing a wide receiver deep dive. We're breaking down Mouth's top 15 receivers, the way he ranks them. And then Wednesday, we'll probably just do a little NFL draft Q&A, maybe draft a couple teams. And then Thursday, the draft kicks off, and we're going to be live every single night after the draft, maybe stream during one of the days as well. What was the take on Lawrence and Giants draft approach with these picks? First, I'll break down. I don't know. I'm trying to think who won the trade. I would say I like the Giants end of it just because they didn't need him as much. Like, they have so much defensive line. Now they have 5 and 10. Make this pick here first. We're going to go ahead and let's take Terrence Ferguson. And then a wide receiver to end it off. And usually it's Jahan Dotson. We can wait for the last round to get Jahan Dotson on this squad. Hopefully I can get Tunges. I probably should have just taken Tunges, but I hope I can get him back to take a 4 tight end build. I love the fact the Giants now have 5 and 10. They're still in a rebuilding mode, but they're in like a win now rebuilding mode. But they can get 2 elite defenders there, and I was saying they should take Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs. And Sonny Styles will be there at 5. They can have that. And then if you can get Caleb Downs at 10, like those are 2. I know they're not the most valued positions in terms of the defensive side of the ball. It's an off-ball linebacker and a safety. It's not a corner. It's not an edge rusher. I get that, but they're both. It's the Kyle Hamilton thing. Give me guys that can play. I'll fill in the other. They have edge rushers, right? Their corners aren't terrible, and Caleb Downs would make their secondary so much better, and also help in the run game. Sonny Styles is a beast in the run game. He can do it all, man. He can cover a little bit. He can rush the passer. That's what I would do if I was them, if that's possible. Jake Tunge's time. All right, so we built a really nice tight end room here. Insulate ourselves from George Kittle missing some time. We need one more wide receiver for a 7 receiver build. It is kind of thin at wide receiver, but going with 4 tight ends pretty much gives me a nice flex option there at tight end, so I can be a little thin at wide receiver. But the high-end receivers here are pretty epic. Neighbors, Nico, Mike Evans, Marvin Harrison, DK Metcalf, and Calvin Ridley. And then, the running backs are pretty weak as well, but Kenneth Gainwell is a fine number 3 that's going to give me some weekly floor there if, Judkins or mostly Judkins flames out there a couple games. And then Charbonnet is a late season guy. I love Fidel to be just a kind of a mini PPR guy. And then Mike Washington Jr. got to go to a good spot, but it was worth it with, look at that. Styles and Downs. Dakota, do we not believe Lemon goes at 10? They could go that direction. I think their offense is okay. And with Jackson Dart being such a run first quarterback, like he can survive with less weapons. And, with Neighbors healthy, they paid Isaiah Likely, Slayton's okay. I mean, I don't really like the other receivers they have there, but Slayton's okay. Darnell Mooney was fine, but they're going to sign Tyreek Hill possibly. Like, I would rather solidify that defense. It's also a John Harbaugh team. Like, what does Harbaugh want to do? He wants a good defense. Adam Randall, look at that. I love that pick. Not so much for fantasy, but I do love Adam Randall. Oh, this guy just took JJ McCarthy. Oh, that is so gross. There's JJ McCarthy right here. Hi, JJ. That's what he's going to look like in a couple years, I think. Something like that.
Hey, guys, the management needs everybody to get out because they caught a guy jerking off in here, and they're going to send in a crew to wipe down the loads. Go ahead.
All right. We're going to take Jahan Dotson here with the last pick. Guy I pretty much project to be the number 2 wide receiver. Not the number 2 weapon, but the number 2 receiver in terms of targets and snaps for Atlanta, which could be, let's say 50 catches, 45 catches, 4 or 5 touchdowns for your last pick. You can do worse than that. Let's go through the squad here before we hop in the next draft. Yeah, Michael Jackson movie. It's the 24th. Mark your calendars, guys. If you want to watch a puff piece on Michael Jackson. I feel like the real movie should be somewhere in between. Leaving Neverland was a slander piece. Now, Michael is going to be a puff piece. Can we just get the real story somewhere in between? It involves the allegation, it involves the scandals, it involves the grossness, but also it celebrates him as well. Can we have both? Can we have like a little bit of middle ground here? Because I just hate how they're so extreme. Kind of how politics are, right? Give me a middle ground. I like to be in the middle. Let's go to the squad here. We have Brock Purdy, Malik Willis, Geno Smith for quarterback. We have Jonathan Taylor, Quinshon Judkins, Kenneth Gainwell, Mike Washington Jr., Zach Charbonnet, and Kamani Badal. My first Zach Charbonnet share, but I feel like it fit this team. Neighbors, Nico, Mike Evans, Marvin Harrison, DK Metcalf, Calvin Ridley, and Jahan Dotson at wide receiver. And we have George Kittle, Mason Taylor, Terrence Ferguson, and Jake Tunges. What is your guys' letter grade for this team, A through F? So stacking wise, we have Purdy, Mike Evans, Kittle, and Tunges. So it's really heavy Niners. Nothing with Malik Willis and Geno Smith and Mason Taylor. So it's not blanket. Yeah. Oh my God, we love the blanket voice.
Yeah.
That's ignorant. You're ignorant. Mr. Jefferson. Mal says B for this team. I feel like it's got a very high upside just based on the stack and going on the Niners. And like Zach Charbonnet, George Kittle, guys that are risky because their injury profiles right now. And also Malik Neighbors, haven't heard a lot of news of him. I project him to be fine. The fact they're talking about George Kittle maybe being ready for week 1, and some people, including myself, have concerns about Malik Neighbors' availability. He tore his ACL at age, 23 in week 4, week 5, and George Kittle tore his Achilles in the NFL playoffs. So we shouldn't really be worried. Whoa. Dakota says A+. Well, are you just saying that because you're a Niners guy? Or do you really believe that? So I could take that as an A- from Dakota if you take away your fandom. But this is very heavy, very heavy. The receivers are stacked. Marvin Harrison is a 4, DK is a 5. It's a stacked receiver room. Running back room is a little less than desirable, but that's why I took the upside shots there with Mike Washington and Zach Charbonnet. Now, there's a chance that Mike Washington Jr. goes to the Seahawks, which I wouldn't like for the upside in terms of like that would they'd pillage each other, but is that a real grade? Anyone else have a grade on this team? I'll go through it again. Purdy, Willis, Gino, JT, Jutkins, Kenneth Gainwell, Mike Washington, Zach Charbonnet, Kamani Badal, Neighbors, Nico, Evans, Harrison, Metcalf, Ridley, and Jahan Dotson with 4 tight ends, George Kittle and Jake Tunges. Pair there, Mason Taylor and Terrence Ferguson. I think I would give it a B to B plus realistically, because it is a really risky team. And yeah, 4 tight ends is weird, but you got to think about it. My first tight end was taken in the 10th round, 11th round, and he's coming off an Achilles. So that's the time to take 4 tight ends, is when you wait that long. And then Tunges is essentially just an insurance policy. And I know Tunges will be good in the early parts of the season. So as long as my team, like my wide receivers, can stay healthy, I think I'll be okay. All right, Mouth, are you ready? Is everyone ready for the next draft? I want to make sure everyone that's in here is going to get in this one. Guys, 7 minutes on the goal. I'm doing it already, but for a chug and a shot, 7 minutes. Not you, Mouth. You've done it enough in this channel. Any color gets me chugging a shots, and thank you also. Rough times this off season. It is rough. It's all good. You know, I'm gonna keep on grinding, guys. I'm gonna end up being let's see, I did the math. I've been on 18 of the last 20 nights. I'm gonna end up doing like 26 shows in 28 days in April. So you guys know what it's gonna be like in the regular season, guys. I don't miss a night, and the shows get a lot longer. It's not a specific draft name, Cruz. I'll go to it real quick. I'm not going to join it, but it is the UDFA 3. So if you see my screen, go to the NFL, and it's not the little board. It's the UDFA 3, the $2 draft. So I'm not going to click on it. I'm just going to show you. You click on the draft, and it's enter, the 22nd per pick. That's the only option. Hey, MVP in here. MVP, you want to draft Underdog with us, man? You're welcome to hop in and draft with us. $2 draft. Shout out to MVP, a professional fanatic in the Patreon, could be playing in the Dynasty League with us. Draft is mid-May. We do still have 1 spot open. We have made that a 14-team Dynasty startup, gentlemen. MVP is going to hop in. This is going to be almost an entirely fanatic draft here. I'm going to join it. There's a little delay, obviously, from the stream. You see me about 10 seconds after I actually say it. So I'll join. If it's like less than 3 people when I join it, I'll back out, and we'll get in the next one because I want to make sure everyone gets in. Anyways, though, shout out to you, MVP. Can't wait to play Dynasty with you. Hopefully you get in some redrafts as well. We're doing 5 or 6 redraft leagues come August, community leagues against all the hosts and all the community members that you know and love. A lot of shit talking, a lot of great stuff in the Discord for that. So if you're interested in the last Dynasty spot in some of these redraft leagues, get your spot in now. And also just shout out to all you guys that are supporting the channel. A big part of the show to keep the show going. Keep me doing this every night. All the work I put in, all the time I put in, all the film I watch, all the prep for the show. It's hard to do that with a job. So right now I'm full bore on the show. As you know, it's a 40-hour-a-week thing for me. And in the season, it's like a 60-hour-a-week thing. So it's really hard for me to actually have a job while giving you this much content. I would never quit if I had to get a job. I wouldn't get a full-time job. I want to make sure the show works. But I also have a wife, and I want to have a little bit of a life. But these are my problems, I suppose. Doesn't matter. In a couple of years, it's going to be way past us. I'm going to remember all the OGs here that have been hooking me up when the time is. It's a rough time. It's obviously it's going to be a rough time. So all good, man. You know what? I'm living simple right now. Making sacrifices, and it's all for the show, and I just can't wait for football season to start. Anyways, before I join the draft, just want to let you guys know, if you want to get in, go to the website, professionalfanatics.com, link in the description here. Beyond just supporting me, a lot of good shit. Access to the Discord community. It is the place to be. Community fantasy leagues, like I mentioned. Guest appearances on the show. You see Mouth in here all the time. You see Dakota in here. You've seen Jason here. You've seen Blake on the show. You've seen Mark on the show. Also, free merchandise giveaways. I'm giving away hats and shirts every single month. And also access to the bets, guys. I do release these on Saturday during the NFL season, but I make them on Wednesday. You get real time. I release the tickets, the actual odds, the site I'm using, 96 and 58. We're going to have college football bets next year from Storey. We're going to have Mouth doing his game bets, his line bets, which he crushes on. And we're going to make even more money next year, guys. Go to the website, hop in. I'll invite you tonight. Also, check out Downtown Sports as well. Can't go wrong with that show. Mouth's program. All good, crews. Also, I have my Purdy for MVP bet slip from March 12th. What were the odds you got, Dakota? I got it at 20-1. What did you get? Here we go. And I'll do the shot first. Yeah, I got 20-1. It's not even the 20-1 I liked. It was the fact that he had the 13th lowest odds. There was 12 quarterbacks above him to win the award. Like Trevor Lawrence was like 16-1. Some other guys that I just feel like have no shot. So that's why I love it. 20-1 is also a gift. He should be like 15-1. It's Brock Purdy. Second half of the season, he was putting up MVP numbers. And let's not forget 2 years ago, he lost to Lamar partially because the game he played Lamar, like week 13, week 14, he threw 3 picks and Lamar beat him. But he was like the front runner after 11 weeks of the season, 12 weeks of the season. So it's not like this is like rare air for Brock Purdy, and he's tied to Kyle Shanahan. You know, Kittle is a question mark, but Mike Evans is fucking for real, man. Maybe Ricky Pearsall stays healthy. Tungus is fine. You still have McCaffrey. Fucking love Brock Purdy, man. For fantasy, for the weight, the shot. And also the nice thing about Brett and Purdy for MVP, if they start off 5-1, and he's having himself a great start to the year, he stays healthy, that's a bet you could cash out and double your money, because he might go from 20-1 to, after week 5, let's say he's 9-1 for MVP. They'll offer you a double your money cash out, which is also, I'm liking that shit. All right, so we are about to hop in here since everyone's ready. I'm going to wait to hear myself to know when. So hop in, join it right when you hear this, gentlemen. Join it when you hear this. Hopefully you guys got in. I just filled up. There was 5 to start when I joined. Silver's in here. Damn it. Fuck, I don't think you guys got in. Phantoms is in. Shit. My bad. Dude, these drafts fill up so much more. That's why I think we should go to DraftKings when we have a large community doing this. Sorry, it didn't even let me back out. When I joined it said 4, and then within like 3 seconds, it went to full. That was probably because everyone else got in, and you probably missed it by a half second. Dakota, you didn't get in, did you? I don't think I see you in here. Fucking shitty, dude. Well, somehow Jake got in here. I don't even see him in the chat. Mouth, blame Jake. It's Jake's fault. I didn't know he was going to be in here. MVP got in here. Silver got in here. So we have 4 people in here. Damn, man. Fuck. What's a voucher for Mouth? Pulled over on the side of the highway. I think I'm going to be doing these tomorrow night as well as NFL draft questions and shit like that. So if you did miss, we'll be doing it tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central tomorrow night. Well, you probably shouldn't have been driving and drafting anyway, Mouth. We need you around for a while, and that's probably pretty dangerous. Although I'm not one out here giving life lessons. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm not that centered on the camera. Yeah, the problem with this one too, there's no slow draft, so I feel like these are filling up even faster because there's no option for the slow draft. And when there's more options, right now it's just the little board and this one. So there's only this is the only tournament people are playing because the little board's been around forever and it's not really filling up. I don't know why people wouldn't want to play the little board because there's a higher payout, bigger tournament. That's 100K. This is only a 10K to first place. Sunset Boulevard. What the hell? What are you, a fucking Green Day fan? What's up with that name, Jake? Well, why'd you change your tag there? Up in 4 picks. Is there anyone by me? Of course, Jake's by me. I don't like that. 3 picks. St. Brown's available. He will not be there when I draft, but all right. Mouth's still waiting on 4. So that draft took forever to fill, is what you're saying. And that one, this one took, it was 5. It was 4 or 5 when I joined, and it just went right down to 0. St. Brown at 10 is pretty tasty. Justin Jefferson at 7. Is that Wally? Do they have to be complete? Oh, I guess that makes sense. They have to. So the little board needs to as well. And I don't know if that's going to fill up. So what happens if they don't fill up the little board? If they don't fill up the little board, what happens? Because sometimes in some of these tournaments I've seen, specifically there's a tournament to do every year that just goes like the entire year. There's no playoffs in it. It's just total points. And that one didn't fill up. And it's a guaranteed payout. It's a guaranteed payout. So they just had to eat some of the money and pay out in full. And they didn't have the full amount. It was like only 85% full last year. One of the big tournaments that just goes season long. So I guess in what you're saying, the little board, if it does not fill up, that's a tournament to get into because it's just better odds. There's less people to go against in the same payouts. Goes Hampton. HN at 15 is pretty nice value there, but dude. Mouth has a 7th pick. Are you in with Dakota? I bet you guys are in the same draft. JT and Jonathan Taylor. That is a pretty nice start in half PPR. I bet Silver was hoping he got himself some Derrick Henry in his life. It was Trey McBride at 20.
Joe, what's the matter? Don't I turn you on?
I don't know what the problem is.
Well, would it help if you went back to thinking I'm your sister?
Like I'm some sort of white trash perv?
I'm your sister. I'm your sister.
Oh, you're my sister!
Shout out Joe Dirt. What an epic movie. Really dumb, but you know what I call Joe Dirt? The white trash Forrest Gump. Like the same exact layout setup. Instead of Forrest Gump talking to all those people on the bus bench, it's just Joe Dirt talking to Dennis Miller on that radio show about his white trash life. Gotta love that. Brock Bowers at 24. Phantom start off Puka and Drake London. I do appreciate that start. Silver with the Trey McBride 2nd round pick. All right. The Golden God. Love that name. That's Dennis Reynolds from It's Always Sunny. Jahmyr Gibbs, Chase Brown, and Josh Jacobs. I don't know how to feel about I have 0 Josh Jacobs shares this year. Last year just left a really weak and bullshit taste in my mouth of him sitting out or playing through that injury and missing 1 game only. Should have missed 3 games, and his efficiency was awful. Phantoms with Josh Allen. Infamous has Jamar Chase, George Pickens, and Nico Collins. Oh, I see. You were just visiting LA. Never been to LA. Been to Arizona and Vegas fucking 15 times. I've never been to LA. A lot of snooty people out there, though, right? Chris Olave at 32. That's pretty nice. I'm probably going to have to go wide receiver, but we'll see. I knew you were wanting Henry, Silver. We all want Henry. He loves T. Higgins. No running back here. And we have options. Loveland. This guy's taking a wide receiver. I'll take Tet if he's available. But I really want Devonta Smith. So we're going to go Garrett Wilson and Devonta Smith. Not a bad little start there. Pretty balanced. I'm just not that high on Trey McBride this year. He is my tight end too. I prefer Brock Bowers. And you know what? Getting at 20 is nice. I feel like in redraft, Trey McBride's going to be going, especially in full PPR, Trey McBride's going to be going like 15 or 14 overall, where I think Brock Bowers is still going to go at the 2-3 turn. Dakota, I don't know any of these classy restaurants. Is this some kind of like big steakhouse in Chicago? And again, I do live an hour away from Chicago. I've been to Chicago probably 50 times, maybe more in my life. But yeah, I'm not that classy, bro, to know these places. I take my wife to McDonald's,
What's happening here?
That French animal bit my ear off!
Well, that's an absurd exaggeration. My apologies, Bidwell.
He look in our tent. He look at my woman. He saw her breast.
Her breast? You saw her breast?
I've said it before and I said it again. Any man who look on her will die.
Yeah, I never heard of it, Dakota. So Sunset says, Jake says he's been to California 5 times. It's exactly what you think it would be if you've never been. So, I mean, it's portrayed in like every movie ever. I mean, how many movies? Actually, I'll say this. Holiday movies, Chicago is the spot. So almost every John Hughes movie is Chicago. Chicago might be the second. I think New York, Chicago, and LA are the 3 biggest settings for major movies. But holiday movies are almost all Chicago. Like Christmas movies are just Chicago. We have that. We do have that. And we had the Bulls in the 90s. We have some things. It's a beautiful city. Chicago's solid. Don't read all the bullshit about the violence and like, it was highest gun crimes, all that kind of bullshit, dude. I've been there so many times and like we're talking 50 to 100 times, probably 100 times. Never had an issue. One time I had an issue because I was in the wrong area. I was fucked up and I was like asking people for like directions or something. No, I didn't get a gun pulled on me or anything, but they were trying to like rob me. Didn't get robbed. Other than that, though, Chicago is pretty fucking nice, pretty high end. There's just some bad neighborhoods, but you know what? You just got to know where you're going. There's bad neighborhoods everywhere. Cam Scatterbo, David Montgomery, pretty solid pick. That's a really good anchor right there. With Chase, Pickens, Nico, and Jameson Williams with David Montgomery there is your one. It's a pretty good team. Silver with Travion Henderson at 53, Bucky at 44. Loveland at 55 is nuts, man. That's a really good pick. We saw Colson Loveland in the draft we did before this. Where did he go? 38th overall. So that's wild that in drafts back to back he went 17 picks. The range was 17. We got 619 Bengals, baby. Fuck yeah. So apparently Bengals fans are very happy about this trade. I suppose in a win now situation, which you guys are in, he's Sexy Dexy's better than any defensive player you were going to draft, at least for this upcoming year. So I do get that part of it. Brian Thomas, Terry McLaurin. Fuck. I needed those guys. Jaden Daniels. Shit. We're going to go ahead and take Marvin Harrison and Alec Pierce. So not too bad after the running back start. I wish I had Brian Thomas or Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin would have been beautiful, but wasn't in the cards there. Good call. Getting robbed is one thing and getting raid is another. And had I gotten robbed in that situation, Jonathan, it would have been getting raid because I should know better. At that time, I was probably like 22. Should have known better than to try to ask directions to hoodlums is essentially what happened. You know what? They tried to lure me into like an alley. I didn't go. So, that was a good decision on my part. All right. Shout out to Jonathan, a professional fanatic in the Patreon, my dude. I'm sure you guys have all seen the Discord chat. We're making it a 14-team league, guys, because Jay wanted to get in. Jay is an OG of the channel. We love Jay. He's like our dad. He's a 66-year-old. I think he's the oldest in the chat, or oldest in the community. So he's the veteran. He might be getting in and over his head on the draft, but you know what? You live and you learn, man. And he did win. I think he said he won both of his leagues last year. Partially because of the show, because we gave him the Michael Wilson pick, and that's why he won. Michael Wilson won everyone a lot of money last year. But yeah, 14 teams gonna be awesome. And it's deep rosters. It's gonna be a wild draft and just a wild dynasty with 14 teams. And usually they're a lot thinner than 3 receivers and 1 flex. Too many, JD. I've probably done about 30 of these, which is too many for April, but I feel like when I don't have a guest to come on, like tonight, Ray's out with buddies. It's just easier to do the draft, talk with you guys. It's better content as well. Anyways, yeah, 14 teams for the dynasty though. Anyway, we do have 1 spot open, guys. So any of you guys, there's like 3 people that said they're interested. I know Jake said he's interested. Professor Booty is in the Discord. He needs to upgrade. He has not. And then 1 other person. So there is 1 spot, and there's 3 people that want to get in or say they want to get in. But I got to fill it with whoever comes through first, because the rest of the league also wants to finish finalizing the settings and voting on everything. So they're super, like, they're going to respect the fact that we want to get the 14th person. I want to give someone an opportunity to, join the league, join the community. And it's going to be the first league we've ever done as a community. So it'll be a lot more in August, guys. But the dynasty is going to be the actual prize. That's with every single co-host. We're all co-managing teams. So it's going to be 4 co-hosts managed, co-managed teams, and then 10 different fans. Well, JD, these are all best balls. So you don't have to manage these. But no, I do 36 redrafts. I mean, I do about 25 of my own, and then my wife does like 10. And I help her manage her team. So last year I managed 36 teams. And that is a full-time job. I mean, the show is a full-time job, but even when I was working full-time in the golf business, I was doing 20, 25, 24 leagues. I've been doing 24 to 25 leagues every year, redraft, since 2012. But the golf industry is nice in Illinois because, pretty much after like Halloween, I only worked like a little bit of November, and then I had the rest of the winter off. But yeah, it's 30 to 40 hours. But every year I win about $5 or $6 grand. So that's kind of a decent payoff. We're going to take Fannin. And we are going to take... No. Let's take Ricky Pearsall. Pretty high on Ricky Pearsall still. Don't know why. Guy can't stay healthy, but see if we can end up getting Brock Purdy, but that's probably not going to happen. It's all good. Let's see. Who can I stack my guys with? So Gino, Hurts is gone. This is not a good stacking situation for this team. Just taking best player available at this point. After the draft, with those of you in here drafting, we will do draft grades A through F for every team that is in here drafting. Probably the last draft. If we meet one more goal of 5 super chats of any color, we'll do one more draft. Otherwise, tomorrow night I'll probably be on drafting more teams. Monday night, we have Mike Storey joining us for our running back and wide receiver, our ranks for the NFL draft, upcoming NFL draft, which is in 5 days. Tuesday, Mouth is joining me from Downtown Sports, and we're going to be rocking his top 15 wide receivers and his ranks, chatting about those guys and some other deeper names. And then next thing you know, the draft is here. We'll be having draft coverage all 3 nights after the draft, as well as maybe one day we'll live stream during the draft. First round is so slow. That'd be a tough 3.5 hours with one pick every fucking 20 minutes or whatever it is. Day 2 is probably the Friday night's probably the choice because that is round 2 and 3. Those are quicker picks. A lot more to talk about. Also, keep on discussing the round 1 stuff, but we'll figure it out and we'll get some good content. Shout out Dakota. Appreciate you. A fanatic. Dakota's a fanatic. He's also been on the show twice. Hell of a guest, by the way. Dakota is he's funny. He is smart. He's knows his NBA minus his LeBron hate. That's the only thing. This fucker took Brock Purdy. This piece of shit. What are you doing, bro? Why? I don't like it. You know what? I don't like it. Pissing me off. Fucking hate this guy, dude. Asshole. Guy's a prick.
I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme.
This is one way to do it. You know what? Letter of the law, man. That's a chug. That's a shot. That's another draft. That's one way to do it. He's doing it on the Happy Meal or the value menu. Hey, I love it. That's something I would do, Dakota. So I tip my cap to you. That's pretty fucking funny. Kyle Monungai at 103. Cruz with a super sticker. Ooh, a sticker from Cruz. Hopefully Cruz can get in and get in this next draft if he's not too busy at work. Damn, Sam Laporte is still available. You know what? I would probably take him if he's available. I've not really heard anything about the all the guys, all the running backs I like are gone. Bo Nix is still available. You know what? That wouldn't be a bad pick. It's unstacked. This is not going to be a very stacked team. But let's see. I think I have to take him unstacked just to get a quarterback in there. And he took Bo Nix. You know what? Fuck you, dude. Fucking prick. And fuck my life. We're going to take Ja'Jarian Price. Fucking hate that pick. And we're going to take... I think I'm going to take Baker. Let's take Baker. And I could take McMillan with one of these later picks. Yeah, not a good team. Not my favorites. One of my favorite teams, but all good. All good in the hood. Maybe Mouth, if he's still listening, maybe Mouth, after his draft, he can hop in this next one with us. I do owe a shot and a beer. I'm going to play a clip here.
When we get back to the world, we gotta put together that 3-piece combo band we talked about. Me on stand-up bass, Johnny on the drums, and me tickling the ivories.
All right, Matthew Golden, Josh Downs. Cheers. Thank you, Cruz. I had cheated on that one. I was only 2/3 full, but is what it is. All right. Mouth is still picking. JD, are you high on Mike Evans this year? I think he has a decent season. I'm pretty high on him, specifically in half PPR. And it's my, it's a couple factors. I'm obviously the Niners are always going to have a great offense. And the nice thing is if Brock Purdy does get hurt, Mac Jones is a more than capable backup. And let's not forget, Mac Jones was tied to that crazy breakout by Brian Thomas Jr., who's a ex-receiver like Mike Evans down the field stuff. Kyle Shanahan's amazing. Brock Purdy's great. You have the Mac Jones factor. Christian McCaffrey will take some pressure off Mike Evans. I don't mind Ricky Pearsall. And this could be a Devontae Adams situation. And you could say Devontae Adams is probably a better receiver than Mike Evans, a little younger than Mike Evans, or I think they're around the same age. But would it surprise you if Mike Evans caught 13 touchdowns this year? And I expect the volume and the yards and stuff like that, the catches, to probably be better than Davante Adams. He was strictly a touchdown guy. I think he had 60 catches last year, not even 1,000 yards, but 13 or 14 touchdowns. So I expect Mike Evans to be more in like the 65 to 70 catch range, maybe 1,100 yards, and I would say 9, 10 touchdowns. But he could have, like, if Davante Adams with Puka dominating could have that level season at that stage of his career, like in first year on a team, like why couldn't Mike Evans? You know, Mike Evans is hungry. He was so salty at the way that the Buccaneer stuff happened. So, yeah, I'm pretty high on Mike Evans. I wish it was a little cheaper price, but the injuries are baked in, right? It's baked in. Ooh, Jordan Love's available. Come on. I need McMillan. I really need McMillan here. A lot of good options. Don't take McMillan. You're not taking a quarterback, right? This fucker took Jordan Love, you prick. I'll take Tyler Shuck or Malik Willis. Don't really care. Don't take McMillan. I need McMillan. He took McMillan. Fuck. You bitch. So we're going to go ahead and take Tyler Shuck. And this really blows, bro. We're going to take Malik Willis. I'm just going to go unstacked a little bit here and just take talents without stacking. I'll stack the late guys with these players. This motherfucker, dude. McMillan, he took Bo Nix before me. Fucking kid is back on the goddamn escalator again.
That kid is back on the escalator again. Remarkable. That's criminal. That kid is back on the escalator again. Leave it alone. What?
Oh, that one really hurt, man. I took Baker just because I figured I'd get McMillan. I love that stack. And then one pick before me goes McMillan. Gross. Whatevs. Got to move on. We got to adjust. We got to move on. Can't cry about it. Though I like to cry about things. What's funny, this is a $2 best ball draft. I get a lot more emotional in all my $250 public league, $250 public league drafts, fan tracks. But that doesn't matter as much because stacking's so important in this, and those guys are so like specific because I need them for the stack. Like I always have adjustments in the redraft. I'm never too worried about that. Cam Ward at 141 from the Phantoms. It's a really good pick. Dude, I like that combo. Cam Ward and Josh Allen. If you want to take Josh Allen, I love what he's doing. Phantoms, cheers to you, man, because a lot of times I see these teams taking, the Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, high-end guy. And then you see him taking Brock Purdy and then taking a guy like Cam Ward for the third. Like when you have Josh Allen, you're spending that capital. Like don't take a second quarterback until that range. Like I'm fine with literally Cam Ward and Josh Allen. And if you want to take a guy like Shedeur Sanders, Geno Smith to have a third quarterback, that's fine. But I hate guys. When you take Josh Allen, you could not be taking a quarterback until the 10th round. Like your second quarterback. You just can't do it. It's just, I get that like people like Josh Allen's going to give you top 10 weeks almost every week. He has like 3 duds a year. Other than that, he's always in the top 10, typically in the top 5 because he's going to have a rushing touchdown every game. All right. Keaton Mitchell. The hell is this? What is Keaton Mitchell's ADP? Is this 30 picks early? 40 picks early? Wow, Keaton Mitchell's ADP is 152. That is wild. This guy's running back room is the worst thing I've ever seen. He's got Jordan Mason as his 2 and Keaton Mitchell as his 3. Wowzers, bro. Wowzers. What is that? That is trash, dude. Let me go and look at what I have here. I definitely need some running back help. I need tight end help. I need everything except for quarterback. Sadiq's available. That's cool. Pretty cool. Ayuk, Ridley, Manuel Wilson, Woody Marks. This is just a rough situation here. And there goes Sadiq. Okay. That's fine. Need another receiver too. We're going to go ahead and take Woody Marks for sure. And then maybe Brandon Ayuk. I'm just going best player available without any stacking stuff. Woody and what's the tight end situation? We'll take Ayuk. I talk so much shit about Ayuk. Might as well do the late round YOLO solo Sadiq now and YOLO the Bucks picking him up at the draft. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do, man. Although we were talking about this on the tight end show with Storey last night, and my low end comp for Sadiq is OJ Howard, and they were the team that picked OJ Howard, and that could, Storey had Sadiq at 3 in terms of his tight end rankings. I am at 2, and we're not that high on Sadiq, but the draft capital, the draft capital will be there. So like he's going to see the field because they're not going to take a guy top 15, top 20, first tight end off the board and not play him. At least not in the receiving game. We'll see about the blocking stuff. But yeah, I mean, there is a lot of buzz there, Jonathan, and that would have been nice. I would have taken Sadiq there anyway, just based on ADP, like 152. It would have been 156 on my end. Like he should be going in the 120s. It's just the fact that draft capital and the he has a good fantasy skill set, right? He's explosive. He's going to see the field, and a team that's going to draft him. The only team that I can see drafting him that doesn't need him as a starter is the Ravens. But we saw this with Isaiah Likely for years, and the numbers never really stood out for Likely. It was more of like small sample size stuff. But Sadiq is a better player than Likely, like definitely more explosive. And that would be a fine landing spot because he wouldn't catch a lot of touchdowns, unfortunately, because that's a Mark Andrews thing. That's Mark Andrews' department. But he would definitely, be very relevant, and that would mean they wouldn't take an early. If they take Sadiq, they won't take an early wide receiver. They'll roll with Bateman and Zay Flowers, and he would essentially be their third option, which is huge. Hey, Dylan Sampson, my boy. Warming on Dylan Sampson because we all just want to talk to Sampson.
I want to talk to Sampson. Climbing to the moon like that bitch Alice Cram.
All right. Sean Tucker. Chickaconquo is still available. That's not going to last. Still some dudes here. I just don't like this team. Dakota with a $5 banger just bought us another draft pretty much by himself. Appreciate you, Dakota. Again, we need more people in our life like Dakota. He's a fill-in fucking co-host in the show. He's in every single stream. Guy sacrifices sleep to watch yours truly and the crew and dropping supers. He's a fanatic, which is $22 a month. YouTube's really weird about their censor stuff. So we need more people like Dakota. Appreciate you, Dakota. He knows real, though. Real recognizes real. And now I sound like a rapper. I'm not a rapper, guys. I'm a very white individual that plays drums. So that is the farthest thing from a rapper. Although, in the hip-hop community, and in that community, not to name names, the percussion is very important. Also in oh my God, someone took Mason Taylor. No, bro. Jake, I'm killing you. Jake, stop. Fuck you, bro. You dick. Whole draft is shot now. Just want to quit. We're going to take Emmett Johnson. And we're going to take... Let's go some upside here. Just taking weird guys now at this point. Fucking A. Got 2 rookies. This is a lot of rookies for me. 3 rookies on my team. That was my rule is his ADP is 181. There's one rule to Fight Club. You do not talk about Fight Club. Mason Taylor, 8 picks ahead of ADP. That's the rule on this. That's all I ask, Jake. That's all I ask is just don't take Mason Taylor ahead of ADP. He's mine. I've laid claim to him on this show. Been talking about him forever. That's how I felt last year when people were taking Tucker Kraft, which, you know what, ended up saving me because I had 19 shares of Tucker Kraft out of 36 leagues. Ended up obviously having the injury. I would have had like 25 if people weren't reaching for him. in the leagues. And my home leagues, everyone was taking him because some of them watch the show and they, cheat before the drafts and they go watch my rankings and they fucking pillage my players. But God damn you. I love you, Jake, but I know. And now it's hurting me. That's the thing is like, God damn it. This is only a $2 draft. I'm going to fucking let it slide. But the redrafts. It's the most obvious pick in the world. Like Mason Taylor is the most obvious pick based on his ADP, his talents. Go watch his LSU film. Like he's going to fucking dominate. And I'm not saying he's going to have 90 catches. I think he's going to have 60 catches for 700 yards and 5 touchdowns. I feel like that's kind of his floor if he stays healthy. Like that's fucking tight end 10, dude. And you're getting him at tight end 26. It's unreal. Also, look at that depth chart. Like, there is just nobody there. I mean, they have decent wide receivers, but there's just no competition for snaps. And, like, that's what I love. I also just love the player. I think he's a great player. Guy that's like, this is how we win money in fantasy, guys. This is how I've won money forever. Like, you go with he's not even a post-type sleeper guy, but, like, that's kind of an example. Everyone just wants the next best thing. And they look at, his film wasn't great last year, and it wasn't his fault. Like, his numbers weren't great last year. And they're like, oh, they write him off or he's old news. And they want to take like, Sam Roush or Michael Trigg or any of these rookie tight ends. It's like, give me the guy I saw play pretty well in the NFL that has the pedigree. His dad's fucking Jason Taylor, dominated in college. Give me that guy. Give me the year 2, year 3 players. That's my thing. I don't really take a lot of rookies. I think people also want to be the first on board with some of these rookies and claim them as their guy. I'm fine. Like, look at Marvin Harrison, like now is the time to draft Marvin Harrison. And he's a vet. Kyle Pitts was the same way. Like Kyle Pitts became a value last year because he'd burned literally everyone. Like if you'd played fantasy since he was a rookie, you were going to have a couple shares of him at some point for those first 4 years. And he burned everyone. And then it was just like, okay, the market overreacted and he became outside of the top 12 tight ends. He should have never gone that low. Up in 2 picks. So we need a little bit of everything, but we can't take tight end here. This is some gross shit. Wowzers. Torrey Horton. And let's just keep on going aggressive with this team. We're going to take David Njoku. Guy that's going to go to a spot. And I think it's going to be the Ravens. I think it's going to be the Dolphins. One of those 2 teams. God, this team. This is a fucking D. Jake, you can make it up to me by joining the community. That's how you can make it up to me. You're in all these streams, man. You're already in the chat. Join the community. Silver, all you guys. You're supporting a small business. You're supporting me, and you're also getting in probably the best. I think that, well, obviously, because it's pretty small right now, the tightest knit community. You're getting on the ground floor, too. Not quite the ground floor. You're getting on, like, the second level. Like, you know how there's the ranch houses have the little, like, those little basements. It's like 3 steps. It's not like a full basement, but I don't know there's a word for it. You're on like the main level now, but like there was the little bottom basement area. That was all the OGs. There's that. And, by next year, you're going to have the second floor guys, the third floor guys. We'll have a high rise up in this bitch. You don't want to be on the top floor. Because also, anytime you join, you're set for life at whatever price you get in at. When it goes up, when inflation goes up, whatever. Like the guys that got an OG, some of the guys got in for bets, and they pay they're $5 for the rest of their life and they get the bets for the rest of their life. Now that's $10 a month to get the bets. It's part of that tier. Their prices never go up. So I also want to just shout out and I appreciate the dudes that are riding with me. 2 more rounds in this one. We'll do draft grades, and we're doing 1 more draft, gentlemen. Hopefully Mouth is done with his draft. I'll give him a little bit of time because I do appreciate Mouth of the South. Let's see here. Goal. take this off. All right. Up in 5 picks. I need a tight end. Oh, I have 3 tight ends. Okay. Need a running back. I need a receiver. Pretty easy stuff here. And there's one guy I want, and I don't think, let's see. It's Ollie Gordon. Give me some Ollie Gordon. I don't think Jake will take him. He has 7 running backs. He likes to do that. Ted Hurst. I'll go ahead and take Jahan Dotson. Both these gentlemen should be available. I give my team a fucking D+, like Tommy Boy. You know, I passed. I got a D+. You ever listen to St. Paul and the Broken Bones? I have not. What is that? Like a motocross podcast or something? That's just my guess. I don't know. UFC podcast. There goes Tua. There goes Penix. Okay, we're going to get Ollie Gordon and Jahan Dotson. I don't hate that. There we go. Let me take a little gander at the team here before we do grades. Quarterback solid. Pretty gross. I don't have a fucking single stack, bro. Is that right? Holy shit. I mean, I might with the tight end situation, but yeah, it's a rough one. That is a rough one. The first team was solid. I like the first team. I think we all gave it an A, but this one. Deshaun Watson, making Dakota proud there with your Deshaun Watson pick, Jake. All right, I'm going to grab one more brewski and play a clip, and then we'll do draft grades. There's a couple more picks before this draft is over with. Let's see here.
Jay Quellen. No Jay Quellen here?
Do you mean Jacqueline?
Okay, so that's how it's gonna be. Balake. Where is Balake at? Yes, sir.
My name's Blake.
Are you out of your goddamn mind? Do you want to go to war, Balake?
No.
D nice. Is there a D nice?
Do you mean Denise?
Son of a bitch! Aaron, where are you? Where is Aaron right now?
Here.
You know, I said it like 4 times, so why didn't you say it the first time I said Aaron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron?
Son of a bitch!
All right. Are we last pick here? Look at that timing. Good timing. Oh, it's a Southern Soul retro soul band. I'm down with that one, man. I can get down with that. All right. Lead singer is a character. They're in Philly Thursday night, so I have to punt NFL draft first round or miss the show. You know, Dakota, Buckethead is actually like not in Chicago. Like he's in my hometown, St. Charles, which is like a 12-minute drive at a small theater. I saw him last year, same show. And I was like looking at it, I was like, that is the first night of the NFL draft. And I knew I had a show. I was going to do a show. I didn't want to miss it. So I'm not going. As you know, my love for Buckethead, and he's getting older. So that was a tough decision to miss that. Yeah, I got to put my money where my mouth is and go to watch the NFL draft. But it was a tough decision. Silver, you SOAB. Son of a bitch. You need some Coach Hines clips. Y'all some snipers. There was a lot of snipers. Yeah, they should, you know what? They should respect the NFL draft. Good call. All right, let's do draft grades here quickly. Mouth will be done in a little bit, and when he's ready, we're going to try to get all of us in another draft. We'll start with Phantoms here. MVP, Josh Allen, Cam Ward. I don't hate that. That's fine for 2 quarterbacks with Josh Allen. Scatabo, Hubbard, Jalen Warren, Rico Dowdle, Tyrone Tracy, Kamani Vidal. I do like that running back room. Puka, London, DJ Moore, nice stack. Pittman, Shakir, Ridley, DK, Zachariah Branch, Kincaid, Okonkwo, Pat Freiermuth, Darnell Washington. I don't know why you picked Darnell Washington. That would be my only gripe. Dude, I kind of dig this team, man. The running backs came together. You kind of hedged your bets there with a lot of Pittsburgh players, which I don't. That's another question. You have both running backs and both tight ends. Other than that, though, I love you have double stack with Cam Ward, double stack with Josh Allen, and dude, this is a good team. I mean, it's not the running backs aren't high end at all, but Warren and Dowdle will give you weekly floor there at 3 and 4. I don't hate that. Tracy, Vidal. This is I'm gonna give it a B-, just because the 4 tight ends. And you have Kincaid as well. I'm going B because all the stacking. I'm going B. This is tied. This is a Josh Allen. This is a Buffalo Bills team. I got issues with some of the players, but the build outside of the one bad pick there with Darnell Washington, like off the top of my head, I could say that's a bad pick. This is a B, man. It's a risky team, but I approve this squad. And yeah, I definitely like the build. This running back room it came together well. Like your Chuba's fine. Warren, Dowdle. It's a good team. And I like Zachariah Branch. So we're going to give it a B. What do you guys think in the chats? Silver, we have Jalen Hurts, Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers, ETN, Bucky Irving, Travion Henderson. That's a nice 3. You see you have both New England running backs. Kenneth Gainwell is a 5 and Chris Rodriguez. Stacked running back room. Like that. JSN, Dubs, Juwan Jennings, Jalen Naylor, Keyshawn Boutte, Trey Harris, Trey Tucker, Donald Mooney, and Devon Vele, with Trey McBride and Dawson Knox. So you're going really thin at tight end. You know what I wish you would have done was probably just made this a 5 running back build because you have Kenneth Gainwell. But I love that you went 9 wide receivers when you have this. Romeo Dubs is your 2. Like, it's a rough room, but you have 9 of them. So that's fine. This is a pretty average squad, though, to me, all around. The problem at tight end, you have Trey McBride. That's fine, I guess, to have 2 with even Dawson Knox, who's like half of a tight end. But you have Trey McBride. That's fine. Kind of what MVP did for this quarterback room. I'm giving this a C+. I love the running backs. Like, this is a stacked running back room. As much as I hate Travion Henderson, you got him after ADP. As long as they don't bring someone in to compete with these guys, you're going to get all New England's backfield work. I love Kenneth Gainwell. And, Juwan Jennings has to land in a spot. Naylor, Trey Tucker. So you got to hope Vegas doesn't take a receiver. I love Trey Harris, and I love Keyshawn Boutte. So you have a lot of New England. I wish you would have Drake May. That's, I think, the only thing. I stopped taking as much Caleb Johnson, so Watson's not my most owned at 48%. Yeah, it's a C+ team. I love the build, honestly, minus the only 2 tight ends. If you had a better tight end, like if it was Mason Taylor, for instance, I would love this team. And the wide receivers are going to be really, really risky, but you're going to have your flex is going to be a running back. So you only need 3 of these receivers per week. C+. We're going to go to Jake's team here. Kyler Murray, Jacoby Brissett, Deshaun Watson. It's a really interesting quarterback room. A-Chain, Javonte Williams, Tyler Algier, Jonathan Brooks, Zach Charbonnet, Emmanuel Wilson, and Tank Bigsby. St. Brown, T. Higgins, Brian Thomas, Christian Watson, Michael Wilson, Pat Bryant, and Hollywood Brown. Love his tight ends, Laporta, Taylor, and Jake Tunges. So you're going to have a lot of flex appeal there at tight ends. It's just quarterback's rough. Running back solid as hell. A little thin there in the back end at wide receiver with only 7, but this is a pretty good team. I'm going to go also B- with this squad because the running backs are going to carry you. You need Watson. You need Watson to do something because Jacoby Brissett might not start the whole year. And Kyler Murray just has a hard time finishing season. So that's the biggest issue. So I might, and I just love the tight ends, and you have Mason Taylor. So I want to go in the C range here, but St. Brown, T. Higgins, Brian Thomas, Christian Watson's really nice. Michael Wilson's super nice there. So your top 5 is good. Yeah, we're going to go B-. So all pretty similar. What do you guys think? Give me your grades in the chat before we start this next one. We'll go to my shitty team. Maybe it's better than I think. I don't know. Baker, Shuck, and Malik Willis. Solid quarterback room for going late. Genty, Barkley, Price, Woody Marks, Emmett Johnson, Ollie Gordon, Garrett Wilson, Devonta Smith, Marvin Harrison, Alec Pierce, Ricky Pearsall, Brandon Ayuk, Torrey Horton, and Jahan Dotson with Harold Fannin, Eli Stowers, and David Njoku. Okay, we'll get to Mouse team. We'll grade his as well in a couple seconds. Dakota says C for sniping Mason. Well, I should do that, but I'm not that petty, Dakota, and I'm going to I love the pick. just sucked for my team. I don't know. This is a C, I think. I have no stacks. So it's like, how can I grade this team high? I think this team could advance realistically, but I don't see it's pretty decent at every position. The tight ends are fine because I have Harold Fan. The wide receivers are fine with Pierce and Pearsall as my 4 and 5. Running backs are fine because I have 2 studs and then a lot of question marks. And the quarterbacks are fine, but like not one position's like exceptional. No stacks. This is the most C team I've ever drafted. Maybe even C- because no stacks. So I don't think I like this. Silver, we're going to run one more, buddy. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. I'm going to wait for everyone to get on board so we can all try to get in this one. It's going to be tough because now we're looking at like 5, 6, or 7 of us in this. So if like I join it, unfortunately, if I join it and there's 2 people, like I'll try to back out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll join it first and I'll tell you guys to join or not. And if there's like 8 available, because then there's like a 10-second delay. If there's like 8 left to fill, then you guys can all join and we'll get everyone in. And I'll back out in if it's like 3 or 4. Anyways, what's the grade? Give me a shitty grade if you guys. I don't hate the team, it's just no stack. And I don't know. Let me know what you think because obviously everyone thinks their teams are good when they draft them, and I try to be a realist here. I don't hate some of the players. IU, Horton. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, A through F, and let me know who had the best team. So we went through all of them. Jake, C- from Phantom. That's fair. B- from Mouth. The no stacks is just rough, bro. Like, I know better than that, but there's just that nothing happened. Like McMillan got pillaged from me. And at that point, like the guys I took, like Malik Willis, you can't even stack him with Malik Willis. Tyler Shuck, there's not a lot of options. I guess I could have gone Vele, but it wouldn't surprise me if Shuck just sucked, because it's one of those like small sample size things. Silver said Phantom had the best. We were all mid. I would probably agree with you on that one, buddy. I'm going to go to the Discord real quick and get to Mouse team. Shout out to Blake. He's not in here tonight, media manager in the channel. So here's Mouse team he just drafted here. Let's give him a little gander. Brock Purdy, Malik Willis, Daniel Jones, McCaffrey, Jeremiah Love, Javonte Williams, Quinshawn Judkins, and Kamani Vidal. That's a banger room. A.J. Brown, Alec Pierce, DK Metcalf, Jalen Coker, Jerry Jeudy, Mitchell, Tyreek, Torrey Horton, and Jalen Noel. Laporta, Andrews, and Kate Otten. This is a fucking squad, dude. This is a squad right here. You have Daniel Jones and Alec Pierce. You have Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey. This is a squad. This is a fucking A. I mean, McCaffrey, Love, Javonte, and Quinshawn Judkins. And Kamani Vidal. Like, that running back room is fucking amazing. I only have one more little board left, Dakota. I want to save it in case they don't have another tournament up when the draft is coming. Mouth, this team is bonkers. Like, this is a bonkers team, and that's what happens when there's none of us fanatics drafting in this one. Love the build. Like, I love everything. Like, this, you have stacks with 2 of your quarterbacks. Not heavily stacked, but enough. This is bonkers. Even the wide receiver room, like to get DK as your 3, and then it's week after that, but you have 9 of them. Coker, Jeudy, Mitchell, love him. Tyreek, Horton, Noel. Tight ends are solid with Laporta. This is a really, really good team. Like, this is in the A range. I just can't believe like Quinshawn Judkins is your 4. So essentially you're gonna have a flat, your flex is gonna be a running back almost every single week. So much upside on this team, so much safety on this team. You guys agree this is a fucking A? Any of you guys interested in joining? Like I said, this is how the layout is. If you just want to look, the layout of the Discord, we have our private chats for the Patreon members. We have the regular chat. We get it's a fantasy group chat, but there's a million channels. You can have your notifications silenced. You can put certain channels on, like my bets. You can have those notifications on, which is only the bets. You can have all the other ones off. You can have all the notifications on. A lot of different channels for every single thing you need. So that's kind of the layout. There's all these DMs. So you could DM any of the co-hosts individually. You want a college question for Storey. You want to ask Mouth a question about the NBA. You want to talk to me about your love life. I'm here for it. So anyways, love that team, dude. Love that team. Look at the NBA. Let's see here. It's a baller team right there. I don't really know how it works. That's a baller team, though. Fucking love Scotty Barnes, man. All right, you guys all ready to draft? Let me know in the chat. Mouth, are you ready to draft? I guess everyone else is here. I just want to make sure you're ready. And I'm going to join it, and then I'm going to let you guys know to join or not to join. I want to make sure everyone gets in. So let me know, Mouth, if you're in here. Mouse ready. All right, I'm joining, boys. Don't join. Don't join. That one's full. Give it a second. Don't join. I'm going to wait like 20 seconds. That one had 2 to start, so I'm going to wait and make sure that one fills up. All right, I'm going to do this again, but again, wait till you see on the screen that it's joinable. So I want to make sure I don't fill that last one because I don't want to do it by myself. And y'all want to draft with me. I also don't want to burn $2. That could get me like a that can't even get you a McChicken anymore, dude. Can't even get you a pack of gum, like a full pack of gum. All right, I'm joining now. 9 more to start. Here we go, gentlemen. We're in. So when you see this, hop on in. We should all get in this one. It's going to be a wacky, wild experience. Here we go. 4 more to start. So I'm guessing there's still 4 more spots. So you guys should be good to join. We should all fill this up in no time. I hope it works out. I'm doing my best. I'm doing all I can do here. 3 more to start. We are all going to be in this one. It's going to be great. Best of luck to everyone. Hopefully I get the first pick or the 3rd pick or the 4th pick, maybe even the 5th pick. There's no way we're not going to be all next to each other because there's fucking 6 of us in this fucker. Hopefully Cruz is in here. He hasn't messaged us, but hopefully he's in here for this one. Silver, Dakota. We're going to have a stacked room here. There's still 3 more to start, so I'm guessing every one of you guys got in here. Anyone that wants to join, hop on in. It's a UDFA 3 draft. It's a $2 draft. Hop in, and at the end of the draft, as always, we do draft grades. All right, 3 more to start.
Say somebody put a gun to your head. Said, do you want your baby to be lighter or darker? What would you choose?
Why is someone holding a gun to my head
It's
and
a
asking me
hypothetical.
what shade I would prefer my son to be?
I don't know.
Why is he putting a gun to our head?
He wants to find out what your preference is. So you're walking down the street with Will, and he snatches you into the backseat of the car, and now he's got a gun to your head. You want a lighter or darker baby? What shade? What shade?
Get away from me.
What color is the guy holding the gun?
He's mocha, right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
50-50. You want it lighter or darker?
I would say on the lighter side.
Oh, cheers, boys. 2 more to start. It's funny. It filled up when we all joined. Now there's nobody. Okie dokie. Silver's in, Dakota's in, Mouth's in. I'm sure Jake is in. Phantoms should be in. It's going to be a lot of people in this one. Whoever wins this draft grade deserves some kind of prize. Mouth named it Downtown Fanatics so I can document the ass whippings. So there it is. 1 more to start. 1 more to start. Here we go. Here we go. What do we got? 4th pick. Who's all in here? Mouth is at 5. Phantom's at 7. Jake at 9. Dakota at 10. Silver at 12. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Half of this league is us. Jonathan would be in, but he's in fucking Vegas. He's in fucking Vegas. He lives in Vegas. North Vegas, I believe, right, Jonathan? That's insane that of all places, like Las Vegas and Nevada is just so out of whack with everything. Like prostitution's illegal there. I mean, it is everywhere, but yet they like advertise it. They had you remember you guys had the craziest weed laws for so many fucking years, but yet like you're giving people free booze and there's just so much crazy shit going on there. Yeah, Nevada, man. I've been to Las Vegas way too many times. It's overrated, but I do love it. I do notice that, Jake, you're always in like 7, 8, 9, 10 range. So fourth pick here, we're going to get Puka. Go to the board. Mouth will get JSN. Maybe I'll go Jonathan Taylor. This will be a good time, gentlemen. Be a very good time. What Jonathan, what sports books do they have out there? Is there a lot of like limitations like DraftKings? Is FanDuel out there? Legal out there in terms of the apps? I know they want you to actually go to the casino, but that's a fucking hassle, dude. If I had to go to the casino every time I place a bet, I just might as well like live there, which I might if I was in Las Vegas. CeeDee Lamb at 9. Genty at 10 to Dakota. I think Dakota's going to take Saquon Barkley if he's there at 15. He loves him some Saquon Barkley. I know all your guys' things. I know what sex positions you guys like. I know your dimensions. I get to know my peeps. You guys know nothing about me. You just know I love Mason Taylor, among other things. J. Jeff at 12. He went 7 in the draft before. I'm fine with that at 12. And redraft, not so much. Saquon at 13. Oh, that's cool at least, man. That's just, yeah, fucking Vegas, man. How often do you go to casinos, Jonathan? I know it's like one of those things where you turn 21. It's awesome for a little bit, but like living there, like they get old really fast. So like how often are you going, playing blackjack and doing those kind of things? I would probably still be there a lot. Now, I could always go to casinos around here, but like Vegas is different. The free drinks are amazing. The people watching is fucking amazing. I love Keno just because it's the best value for it's the worst odds. Apparently, I do pretty well at it, but it's the best for free drinking because you could just bet $2 per game, and just play for fucking 8 hours, and just people watch. Because I used to play at Harrah's back in the day, and their Keno room was right by like the lobby, so you just got all the people checking in. You just get to watch the craziest shit. Devin A-Chain at 18. What the fuck's going on here? Some wild stuff. Gross. I know Miles taking Drake London. I can guarantee he's taking Drake London. You guys want to bet? He took Drake London. We're going to take George Pickens. Oh, I have a feeling running backs are going to be really hard to come by here. And I am at 28. I'm going to need a fucking running back, dude. I got no one to my left, so. Dude, I love Fremont Street, man. That is the place to go. There's a really nice Mexican place I love there. I don't know the name. It's not that good, but it's open 24 hours a day, right when you walk out of the casinos there. Josh Jacobs. We're going to take ETN. All right. Nice pick, Mouth. I was debating doing it. But with Drake London and JSN, you don't really have a high-end quarterback to stack with those guys. I have Matt Stafford and Dak Prescott available with my first 2 wide receivers. Garrett Wilson at 31. I like that pick. A-Chain at 18 is such a fucking gift, man. Such a gift. Dakota heard Vegas lobster bar is where it's at. Never been there. I don't eat a lot in Vegas because I'm always just so full from all the booze. T. Higgins. That is going to piss off Dakota. He probably wanted T. Higgins. Actually, no, I think Jake is the high. I see Jake take T. Higgins every time. It's because of where he's drafting. Is it because where you're drafting, Jake, or is it that you actually love T. Higgins this year or in general? Because I see you with T. Higgins like on every team. It's a sharp room, guys. We'll see. Someone's got to advance. Unfortunately, I don't know how much staying power these teams are going to have when we're pillaging all of the best players and kind of taking them ahead ADP. Breece Hall falls to 36. That is fucking money, dude. It's a gift. Javonte Williams, though there goes the running backs. Not a lot available. And I know that my boy Mouth, he might even take David Montgomery at 44. I could see him doing that because he doesn't have one. He loves Montgomery, as do I. And Mecca Igbigboo at 38. That is gross. Nice pick there with Devonta Smith. There goes Bucky. Up in 3 picks. There goes Luther Burden. Mike Evans way early, but you know what? We love Mike Evans. He's going to get a Brock Purdy team there for Phantoms. Hopefully we all have respect for each other's stacks and don't reach on guys we're stacking. I won't do it to you, buddy. Unless the value is just too good. There goes Lamar. I bet you he takes David Montgomery. Ooh, Zay Flowers is available. I don't hate that. Colson Loveland, no. Jaden Daniels, no. We're going to go ahead and reach on David Montgomery, I think. Yeah, we're going to take Montgomery. Now we have the whole board open. Pick 52. Could be anyone. That's what I figured, man. It's a combination of you liking him and the spot. So you talk about David Montgomery. I don't think that's a reach. Touchdowns, baby. And running backs are just fucking gone. Or you talk about Colson Loveland, which was a reach, Dakota. I'm sure as shit not taking Travion Henderson. And I know he wasn't falling back to me. Good options here. Ooh, really good options here. If I take DJ Moore, Mouth's going to kill me because he has Josh Allen, and I'm not going to do that to you, buddy. So we're going to get either Terry McLaurin or Quinshon Judkins. We'll take either of these guys. We'll take Judkins. All right. Now we were just done at running back for a long time. Knew we would take DJ Moore. Nice pick. That's a nice stack. Not a reach, man. But you don't like Montgomery, Dakota? 10 touchdowns. Mark it down. Goes Devontae. Brian Thomas. So we're looking at pick 69 and 76. And okay, let's see here. Don't need a running back. Possibly get one of these guys. Okay, I don't hate it. Nice pick with Marv. Love that start from Dakota. Genty, Kenneth Walker, Tet, Devonta Smith, and Marvin Harrison. I feel like quarterbacks are going to slide because we're all pretty fucking sly motherfuckers in this league. 6 of us in here, and we're not stupid. So it's one of my rules. Don't take quarterbacks ahead of ADP unless it's a stack. Bayshell Tootin. Look at this team by Silver here. Barkley, Breece Hall, Javonte Williams, and Bayshell Tootin. You got the value on Bayshell, and we shall see. Oh, man. That's fucking funny. That's fucking gay.
Your hands are what makes it possible. Your shoulder pads are hard and stiff. Your hands are tender, and they can move and caress the ball. that's kind of gay, but hey.
Nice pick there with Joe Burrow with your T. Higgins. That works out well for you. Jaden Daniels is still available. You know, I could take an unstacked Jaden Daniels here, and that might actually be the play. Nope, and he's gone. And it's gone. 21 there. Man, this is getting a bit rough here. Let's go ahead and take a Jordan Tyson share. Not my favorite. Do like the player, though. And shit, dude. I should have taken Dak. This motherfucker's going to take him. I know it. I know it. He's got Trey McBride and Tyler Warren. Well, no, he's got to take a running back. This guy's got to take a running back. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. All right. It's working out. Wow. Mouth has Caleb and do you have a stack with Caleb? Oh, Olsen Loveland. Okay. Caleb and Josh Allen. Pretty early, but see how it works out for him. It's a pretty bold call there, Cotton. We'll see if it works out for him.
Don't think just because I got a lot of money, I'll give you taco flavored kisses, honey. Fulfill all your wishes with my taco flavored kisses. Taco, taco, burrito, burrito, taco, taco.
That is correct. That is correct. You know what? It's not by one of you guys, though, so it's just one of those where you talk it into existence and it just happens. So I maybe shouldn't do that, but I'm also trying to narrate and talk, and, you know, some people are trying to learn the process, etc. So it's all good. You know what? It happens. At least Dak wasn't taken. That was a thing. So at least Dak wasn't taken. Because that would have been bad. I need some type of stack on this team. I don't have the most firepower. Cortland Sutton. Is DK Metcalf still available? Is that kid still back in the escalator? No, he's been taken. Who got a really good value on DK? Phantoms did 79. I like his team. I really like his team. I wish you had Terry McLaurin. I'll say that, but all good. Cortland Sutton at 82 seems like pretty good value too. That's a guy we're all forgetting about. Everyone just like Jalen Waddle is the one, and he probably is the one. Cortland Sutton's still gonna be in the field, and it isn't necessarily a bad thing because also is Jalen Waddle ever healthy? Like, is Jalen Waddle ever played a full season outside the first 2 years he's played? He's always banged up. So Cortland Sutton being drafted at 82 just seems like a fucking screaming value. It's just a very unsexy pick. But for a wide receiver 3 in redraft, if you wait, and then in best ball, like he's still going to catch, 6, 7, 8 touchdowns, maybe more. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's a crutch argument to say that he's going to be awful because of Waddle. I can give you a million reasons that he won't because Jalen Waddle doesn't fucking stay healthy. Brock Purdy. Ooh, Tucker Kraft's available. I wouldn't hate that at this pick. Really wouldn't hate that. Let's take Tucker. And then we really want Matt Stafford here. If we can do it. And everyone has quarterbacks, but everyone has quarterbacks. If they take them, it is what it is. I'm going to have to take Jordan Love. There's really no one else I like. Kyle Monungai might be nice, but I have 3 running backs. All right. Also, me taking Matt Stafford, it's going to start the quarterback run because all these teams that only have one, I'm going to start taking quarterbacks. So I got both my top 2 receivers stacked, Pickens and Puka. I dig that. Got to start hammering receiver, though, really, really fast. I like the running back room. All right, I don't hate this team. Trying to win this draft, boys. At least I don't care if it actually wins. I just want to win the draft grades. That's all I care about. I'll donate my winnings to everyone if you guys just vote me the winner. Okay. I don't care. I'll split it up 6 ways. You guys are all going to get $1.20. That's what I'll do.
This is bad. We got to definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids. It's no good diddling kids.
There is no quicker way for people to think that you are diddling kids than by writing a song about.
One of my favorite clips of all time. I'm never going to take that clip away. I only have 50 available with my package I have on StreamYard. The unlimited package is like $180 a month. I'm like, I just can't pay that. I want to. I can't. Maybe one day when this hits, I will pay for the premium of premium packages. It's like the 4th one up there. It's like being a professional fanatic. And I'll get unlimited clips and I can have a fucking variety of crazy shit for you guys. Although with the amount I drink on the show, it might be hard to sieve through all those clips. That's a lot of clips. Up in 5 picks. Where are we at here? Jared Goff at 111. That is fucking nice. Very nice. There goes Jordan Love. Kyler. Nice comeback here by Silver with the 4 straight running backs. Jefferson, Alec Pierce, Pittman, Wandale, and Quentin Johnston. I feel like that's pretty good. And Mouse just pounding these mid-round running backs here. Oh, man. We're going to take Coker. And then I think I need another receiver here. Don't like any of these guys. Don't like any of these guys. God, Baker's still available, dude. There's no way he falls back to me. There's also no point in me taking him. Could take Shakir. Take McMillan. I think it's going to be McMillan. In this specific situation, pairs well with Coker. Coker's a floor play. McMillan's an upside play week to week. And we will take McMillan here. A little bit ahead of ADP. All good. God, nice Gainwell pick, man. I like Mouse running backs with what he had. I would have taken Kenneth Gainwell had he been there. Fuck. And now he's got the major stacking going on. See how his team turns out. It was a very aggressive build. JSN, Drake London, DJ Moore, and Shakir at receiver, all pretty much stacked. And he's got Warren, Algier, Monungai, and Gainwell. It's pretty solid. Pretty solid stuff, buddy. Danny Dimes, 129. The Josh Downs stack. That is why he did it. I feel like that's pretty early though, right? Or am I crazy? Only 10 picks early. Okay. Felt like it was earlier than that, but Wilbur with Aaron Jones at 131. Dallas Goedert at 132. Cam Ward, pretty nice pick there with Wan'Dale Robinson. I do approve of the Cam Ward pick. Love me some Cam Ward. Getting pretty thin here. Got some options. It's a fucking Jonathan Brooks. This motherfucker. Wilbur! You prick. I was just looking at him. I don't have a tight end, do I? Oh, I do. Oh, Tucker Kraft. Fuck yeah. All right. God, this is getting rough. Do I take him later? Go ahead and take a shot at Mike Washington. Got to land in a good spot, though, buddy. You got to. We're going to go ahead and take Bryce Young if he's available. All right. Guessing there's no way I'm getting Mason Taylor in this draft unless I reach on him. Okay, we'll take Bryce Young. Done at quarterback. Kind of high on Bryce Young. Don't know why. I prefer Cam Ward, but Bryce Young, pretty sneaky rushing stuff. I think he had 5 rushing touchdowns 2 years ago. Well, there it is. So 6 rushing touchdowns in 23. Sorry, no, 6 rushing touchdowns in 24, and then 2 last year. The rushing yards is really low. I feel like he should have at least 300, but I think the 6 is an outlier, but I expect him to be about 4 rushing touchdowns, which is enough for a decent floor. The passing shit is bad. 23-11 wasn't terrible. It's make or break year for Bryce Young and the Panthers. His contract is, they got to figure out to see the guy. They're almost in a Tua situation what Miami had, and that didn't work out. But to let him walk, that's going to be rough for them. They got to reset their entire franchise and their clock. But are you really winning anything with Bryce Young is the question. And I would say no. But, the whole CJ Stroud and Bryce Young argument is actually like closer than we think. And I know there's a camp of people that prefer Bryce Young. Like they would rather have Bryce Young because he's an ascending player and CJ Stroud's kind of plateaued. Take away the playoff wins. I understand that. We talked about that earlier, but Chickaconquo, Hunter Henry, man, my boy is coming up real fast. Shit. Still some dudes I like. I might have to pass on him, though, this draft. Hate doing it. James Conner at 159. He must be listening to a lot of Downtown Sports because that is Mouth's dude. Mouth loves him. There goes Mendoza at 161. In the chat, give me your percentage that Kirk Cousins starts this season. Is it 50-50? Storey's been on this program saying it's like a 99% chance Mendoza starts the year and plays the entire year, barring health. I think it's like 80-20, 20% chance Kirk Cousins starts the year. A lot of people are saying it's 50-50, though. So what do you guys think? Jalen Naylor up in 2 picks. So my boy is way down there. We got options here, boys. We got options. I need 2 receivers for sure here. Take a little gander at Mouse team. I don't know why he took Sam Darnold. Oh, it's because he has JSN. We're going to take Mr. Calvin Ridley, one of my favorite players to draft this year. And then we have options. We have Tesla. We have Adonai Mitchell. We have Keyshawn Boutte. We have Trey Harris. And if that doesn't work out, we will take our boy Mason Taylor because there is no way Mason Taylor's falling back to me. That would be 3 picks after ADP. Unless you guys want to give me a Christmas present early. I don't think he's falling back to me, but I took Tucker Kraft early-ish. So I'm going to have to roll with, you know what? I'm going to go with Boutte, I think, over all those guys. I don't hate the wide receiver room. It's a lot of just guys. So we'll see. I'm sure all those receivers will be gone. No, we talked about this, Dakota, and Storey was saying it on last night's show that he just thinks that they're ripe for a trade. It's one of those things where no one's talking about it. And I asked him last night. We had a couple of hotter takes in terms of like what could happen. Like I compared it to the Michael Penix thing. Or how crazy it was when they took Michael Penix at 7, right after signing Kirk Cousins to that mega deal. And regardless of like taking a quarterback, I could understand that, but taking that quarterback with all the injury concerns and just an older prospect, and easy to say now it was a bad pick, but it was a bad pick in general because he just shouldn't have gone that high, and they are just signed a quarterback, like I said. that was a wild moment, like a very wild moment. You know, Aaron Rodgers' slide was pretty wild. Mike Ditka trading his entire draft for a pot smoking running back was fucking really wild. But I asked him if there was anything wild that could happen, and you know, we didn't mention the Mendoza thing. We talked about it later in the show when we were talking about Mendoza. But that would be a pretty wild fuck you, Dakota. That would be a pretty wild thing to happen because no one's talking about it. And you know, a team like the Jets, the Cardinals are in play for a trade up to get him, and that would be a good decision for Tom Brady and the Raiders. As much as I'm not the highest on Mendoza. I do like him, but I'm lukewarm on him in this situation. Yes, he's the only guy viable for number 1 overall. He's the only franchise quarterback. Checks all the boxes mentally, right, in terms of like work ethic, all those kind of things. But and talent wise, he's there as well. I don't think he's generational. I don't think he's up there with the Drake May, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels talent coming out of the draft. He's safer than a lot of those prospects. But they could get a haul, man, and they could get their, you know, an elite pass edge rusher, pair him with Max Crosby. And then next year, you know, you're going to suck in that division, especially if you're rolling with Kirk Cousins all year. And then you pounce next year, right? And you just load up on capital. It's exactly what the Bears did to save the Bears franchise, that Bryce Young trade, that the spot for Bryce Young trading out of that pick, and it ended up becoming Caleb Williams and a lot of other assets. And we just never know. The point is, for me, I always want more assets and then another elite pick, and you can just have another spin at the wheel next year at quarterback because there's no guarantees in these guys, especially with the Raiders. Just getting gross. Getting gross. I need a running back. It's going to be a Kamara. That's probably it for my running back room. God, tight end just fell off a fucking cliff here. Got to take somebody. Should have taken him there. Fuck. It's going to be... All righty then. Okay, 3 more rounds. We'll do draft grades after this, guys. A through F. You know the drill. Take it all in.
Excuse me, sir. This is private property. What are you doing?
Just taking it all in.
You're staring at my daughter's bedroom.
She's really grown into her body. This is going to be a fun summer for her.
It's going to be a very fun summer for us on the channel. Yeah, you know, that's why I'm not as upset. I knew there's no way he's coming back to me. It was also, my pick would have been 3 spots after his ADP, so it's all good, man. I know it's going to happen. Jonathan, trade the pick away and pick up a guy like Peyton out of North Carolina or North Dakota. I mean, get all the picks and still get a quarterback late in the draft on a who-knows pick. Yeah, or Drew Aller, you know, take one of these like projects, and then it doesn't have to be the guy of the future because he's going to be a 3rd-round pick. Or just say, fuck it. Cole Payton is a good example because that's like a 5th-round pick. Like Taylon Green is a 2-year project. He's going to go higher than that. And then you're just going in next year, right? You're going in next year on an epic all-time draft class. Allegedly, right? We think it's going to be very good. At least very good, right? And I'm just always, the GMs are wrong all the time. We're all wrong at evaluating quarterbacks. We don't, and the nice thing is with Mendoza, we know what's between his ears and it's elite. So there's no concerns there. It's just he's not prepared for the NFL. The system he was running, I don't want to say it was cookie cutter with Cignetti. It wasn't cookie cutter, but it was an NFL. Like the one read RPO stuff, the nothing under center, like that's concerning. Watching his stuff at Cal was just not great. And I mean, you could say Joe Burrow as well, because Joe Burrow had the only one great year. And it was like, oh, everyone, the knock on Joe Burrow was one good year and, you know, Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. But that worked out pretty goddamn well, didn't it? Jake Tunges, yes. What do I need here? So I could take another running back. think I'm fine with that room at tight end. I need one of each. God, it's a gross room here. This is a really gross room. We're going to take a shot on Trey Benson. I hate that pick, but give it. If they don't take Love, I think there's a chance Trey Benson, could take the job at the end of the season, I guess. Or have a role. Fuck. Who knows? Fucking Trey Benson, man. I held on to him in so many leagues last year. God, I hate to celebrate injuries, and I love James Conner as a person. Shout out James Conner, cancer survivor, great guy, great teammate, team leader. But his injury, I had so much Trey Benson last year, and it was, maybe he's not a good player, but he would have been fine in that offense. Fuck you, Dakota. I'm not looking at that. The fucking stack with Trey Benson. He's a running back. He's on Arizona. I would kill you. He's fucking bullshitting me. But yeah, I had so much Trey Benson last year, and I held on to him in almost every league. I cut him in a couple when the news was a little vague about his knee injury and possibly that he had a setback. But clogged up a roster spot, and all my Fantrax public leagues don't have an IR spot, so it was just, and there's 8 bench spots. I get it, but he was just sitting on my fucking bench. Ended up getting nothing from him. I had to cut him, and just I could have picked up so many other players. Didn't get anything from the guy. So it's fine though. The loser mentality is. I'm not saying I'm all about Trey Benson because I took him in. That's my first time taking him, but just to defend the guy a little bit. I'm not gonna just write a guy. A lot of fantasy players with the losing mentality to write a guy off because they fucked you, and he fucked me in a lot of leagues. It wasn't high draft. It was a 10th or 12th round pick last year, but the fact that I had him on my bench and he had all the opportunity in the world, he couldn't stay healthy. So don't write off guys just based on them fucking you, and it goes in real life as well. Just because a guy fucks you, it's not the end of the world. Jonathan, I'm a huge Indiana fan. I still think a number 1 pick and a quarterback should be reserved for sure franchise type guy, and that run the ball and pass the ball with elite traits and when it was a product of a good run game and a great defense and a great head coach and a great scheme. But he checks all the boxes, size. The guy is going to be a great teammate. He's going to be he's a nerd. We want our quarterbacks to have no lives. There's no Johnny Manziel. I know it's a crazy example, but no Johnny Manziel issues. He's quite the opposite. So I do love him as a franchise quarterback in terms of what he's going to put into it, which is that goes a long way. Talk to Tom Brady about that. He knows that. I think Tom Brady sees a lot of himself in Mendoza. Unfortunately, the difference is Tom Brady was a 6th round pick. You're talking about number 1 overall pick. Now we need the last pick here. It's going to be him. If someone snipes him, we'll go with Rashad Bateman. You know what? I might just take Rashad Bateman in general. Because I don't know if they take another receiver. And Jesus, fuck. Rashad Bateman. Fuck you. This fucking guy. Whatever. Hetzer, that's about on par for this show. I joined the stream and hear about men being fucked. It was a valid conversation. It was about being fucked in fantasy, and then I had to tie it into actually getting fucked in real life. But you know what's up, Hetzer. Just because the guy fucks you, it isn't the end of the world. That's a quote, huh? Is that a quote? That is an official quote I just said. So, taking with context, it's a fucked up thing to say, but without context, it's a very fucked up thing to say. But you know what? I endorse everything I say on this, and I say it for a reason. It's not the booze. I say it for a reason. I truly believe that. Same shit, different day. All right. I got to have fun in life, no matter what you're doing. That's what I do. 100% MVP. We're doing draft grades here, guys. We had, 6 of us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us, including myself, in this draft. Half of the draft were people in this chat, and hopefully soon to be fanatics, or at least part of the community. Hint, hint, gentlemen. Support your boy and get your ass in here. We're going to go with, let's go reverse here. Let's go 12 to 6 in that order. 12 to 1, I guess. So Silver, we'll go with his team first. 4 quarterbacks. This is interesting. Kyler Murray, Cam Ward, Tua, and Michael Penix. So he has cornered the Atlanta quarterback market. I actually don't hate that. We'll see if he cost himself a roster spot. So we'll see how he goes from here. Saquon, Breece Hall, Javonte Williams, Bashal Tutin, LaQuint Allen, and Imari DiMarcado. who is the number 2 right now in Kansas City if they don't draft anybody. It's a really strong running back room. Jefferson, Pierce, Pittman, Wandale, Quentin Johnson, Trey Harris, and Trey Tucker. He's got the Treys there at the back end. Dallas Goedert, Juwan Johnson, and Chickaconquo. Dude, I kind of like this team. You got the Kyler Murray stacked with J. Jeff. You have Cam Ward with Wandale. And do you have Atlanta players at all? No, either way, 2 stacks. Hetzer, I'll get to your question in a second at the end of this stream. I go through these teams. So, dude, I kind of like this team. I mean, the running backs are fucking awesome. So, Bashal Tutin is your 4. You probably could have stopped it. You probably could have stopped at 4. Maybe this could have been a 4 running back build, honestly, or stop at 5. I think that's my gripe is that DeMarcado pick is just unnecessary, and you should have taken 8 receivers. So, I have a little issue with the build here. But the fact you took 4 quarterbacks and this receiving room isn't terrible. You're going to use your running back for your flex. So I really like this team. What do you guys have for your grades? Appreciate you, Dakota. Gospel, bro. Preach. What do you guys have? This is a hard team to grade because the quarterbacks are weak for sure. I mean, you're going to have Atlanta's quarterback most weeks, every week. And then Cam Ward, I love, but it's not high-end stuff at quarterback. You have a couple stacks. The running backs are stacked. Receivers are weak. Mouth, my team is nuts. I think it is. I took a little look at it. I'll scroll through the team. Sorry. So Kyler Murray, here we go. Kyler, Cam Ward, Tua, Michael Penix, Barkley, Breece Hall, Javonte, Bashal Tutin, LaQuint Allen, and Amari DeMarcado. I want to say DeMarco Murray. That would have been nice. Justin Jefferson, Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman, Wandale Robinson, Quentin Johnson, Trey Harris, Trey Tucker, Dallas Goedert, Juwan Johnson, Chickaconquo. C+ from Phantom. His best quarterbacks don't stack. B-. Yeah, I'm going to go with Miles B- just because the running back room is fucking amazing. Like, that's a really good running back room. But if Tutin pops, like, you're going to have a flex every week from this running back room. And I love me some Alec Pierce. It is weak. I just wish you had not taken DeMarcado. Like, that's the problem. So I might go C+ just because of that issue in the 4 quarterbacks. If you just not take DeMarcado and just taking any wide receiver, you need the more depth at wide receiver. And the 10 room is okay. I like Chickaconquo as your 3. C+, B- for me. Hetzer says C+ for me. Yeah, the wide receivers aren't the best. But I like Wandale and Quentin Johnson pair really well together. Wandale will get you a weekly 4, and Quentin Johnson's going to have those 2 touchdown games. And Trey Harris, like, you're going to get some production from one of those 2 guys almost every week. The tight ends are not sexy, but they are relevant tight ends. So I'll go B-, actually. You know what? I'm going to go B-. Let's move on to Dakota's team here. Mahomes, Jared Goff, and Jacoby Brissett. Pretty good value in all those quarterbacks. Genty, Kenneth Walker, RJ Harvey, Connor, Ray Davis, Caleb Johnson. This is a really nice room. I really like this room, the way you set it up. Tet, Devonta Smith, Marvin Harrison, Cortland Sutton, Concepcion, Jaden Higgins, Adonai Mitchell, Keon Coleman, Travis Kelce, Mason Taylor, and David Njoku. I mean, Mason Taylor. Ooh, yeah. So Mahomes and Kelce. You have Jared Goff and help me with the stacks. Nothing with Jared Goff. And you have Brissett and Marvin Harrison. Okay. Dude, I love this team too. The receivers, this is a really great build for receivers. With Cortland as your 4. Casey, he's going to go in the first round. If he goes to Miami, this is bonkers. Higgins, Mitchell, Keon Coleman, really good players there. Tight end room is solid. Running back room is well built, and then the quarterback room is well built too. I'm going to go B+ in this team. Set your queue, MVP. You got to set your queue instead of panicking. I don't like to do it on this one because everyone can see my screen, but like no one's seeing your screen, so you should just set your queue, and that will eliminate some of the panic stuff. Always try to set 6 players if you're 7 away or 8 away. I doubt they'll all get poached. Hetzer, if you're in a deep league, aim for Mason Taylor, but I mean, he's going tight end 26. Like, even if he gets steamed up to tight end 21, like, that's usually not drafted. I don't like drafting backup tight ends. I'm a psycho. I might in some of my deep leagues take a second tight end, but he's definitely more of a best ball guy. He's going to be relevant. I think you should just because I love him. So, all right. So, What do you guys have for a grade for Dakota's team? I really like this team. I'm not a petty asshole like Dakota. I love you, Dakota. I don't grade his team negatively just because it's him. He does it to me sometimes. But this is a really good team. You got B from Jake here for Dakota's team. Yeah, Hatcher, in a 14-team league, definitely draft Mason Taylor. You know what? If you want to be bold about it, fucking wait. Don't take a tight end. Roll with Mason Taylor, baby. Just roll with him as your starter. You'll get so much nice value there at wide receiver and running back. B- from Jar Jar. B+, B-. It is firmly in that B to B+ range for me. Very good team. Very good team. All right, moving on to Jake's team. Joe Burrow and Indiana Jones at quarterback. Jeremiah Love, Bucky Irving, Cam Scatterbo, Blake Corum, Woody Marks, Vidal, and Ollie Gordon. That is almost too many running backs. But Blake Corum is your 4. I love that. CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins, Michael Wilson, Josh Downs, Jerry Jeudy, Tesla, Wicks, and Devon Vele. His quarterbacks are Joe Burrow and Daniel Jones. So he's got the down stack with Daniel Jones. You have the T. Higgins and Joe Burrow stack. Michael Wilson, Tesla, Wicks, and Devon Vele. Kyle Pitts, Kincaid, and Mike Gesicki. So you went double stack there with Joe Burrow. Don't hate that one at all. Running backs are really, really nice. So Silver said C. I'm guessing that was for Silver. Was that for the team we just read? Yeah, the quarterbacks are thin. He's going all in on this team. I always just think that Jake takes one extra running back when I feel like you need the more wide receiver depth, but this is another good team just because I love the running back room. Again, Ollie Gordon was probably unnecessary, but the wide receivers I don't hate, like Downs, Jeudy, Tesla, Wicks, and Vele. I guess if they don't draft a second receiver in New Orleans, Vele is going to crush that ADP. And the tight ends are solid because you have Kyle Pitts after ADP. This is C was for the RJ Harvey team. Oh, okay. We all like that one. That was the lowest grade. So Hatcher says B or B-. What do you guys have here? Yeah, it is a great team, and the quarterback room is scary. This is a Joe Burrow. This is a bet on the Bengals, which, you know what? I don't hate that bet. It's just Joe Burrow and T. Higgins are injury prone, but I'm not going to punish you for that. I'm going to go C+, B-. It's kind of where I live on these teams. Maybe I'm just looking at the upside too much, but the receivers are a little weak. I don't hate, like, there's not really a weakness. The running back room is just great. I don't like Bucky Irving, and Cam Scatterbo I really don't love. But I love Blake Corum so much that, like, that kind of counteracts those picks, and they could both be awesome. Woody Marks. I just wish you hadn't taken – you could have got away with 5 running backs in this team. Like, with Woody – ended at Woody Marks. That's my thing. But what do you have, Jake, if you're in the chat for your own grade? Love's a fine running back 1. We got to see where he goes. B- from Dakota. RB's weak. C- from Silver. So not a lot of people are very high in this team. That's my thing. I agree, Hetzer. If Sean Tucker was gone, I'd love Bucky more too. The thing is, Gainwell is what it is. He's going to be the Rashad White of this offense, a better version of that. But Sean Tucker just throws a wrench into all this shit. Doesn't throw a wrench into Kenneth Gainwell because he's not getting goal line carries. But Sean Tucker's going to get his fucking 4 touchdowns, and that's just 4 less for Bucky. But if Tampa Bay's offense gets back to where it was, now it'd be tough with Mike Evans not being there, then Bucky should still, I mean, he's going late enough. Yeah, I dig it. We're going to go B-, C+ in this team. It's fine. Definitely some good upside there. I just wish that 7 running backs is unnecessary when you have Love, Irving, Scatterbo, and Blake Corum. We'll go to Phantom's team. Jaden Daniels, Brock Purdy, and Aaron Rodgers. We have Christian McCaffrey, A-Chain, J.K. Dobbins, Rashad White, JCM, and Jaden Blue. Garrett Wilson, Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Naylor, Christian Kirk, and Iowa Manor, with George Kittle, Eli Stowers, and Pat Freiermuth. So Freiermuth stacked with Rodgers. You have double stack there with Purdy, Kittle, and Mike Evans. And then Jaden Daniels with probably Brandon Ayuk. So I like the quarterback room a lot. This is a really solid quarterback room. J.K. Dobbins is a 3. The running backs are an issue because you have both Rashad White and JCM, And if for some reason they take Jeremiah Love, this team is fucked. Like, it's definitely fucked. But I don't think that's going to happen unless they trade up. So I like that you have both the Commanders running backs with Jaden Daniels. Jaden Blue, yeah, last pick, whatever. The receivers are solid. DK is a 4. Ayuk, Naylor, Kirk, and Iomanner. And the tight ends, I wish you had gone. Taking a rookie with George Kittle is a little bit concerning because, you know, Stowers is a guy he's a project type tight end. So it's like it's going to take some time to get off the ground possibly, and Kittle might not start the year. Most likely won't start the year. So then you might be relying on Pat Freiermuth. That is an issue. But this is half PPR, Jar Jar. But still, it's half PPR. A bunch of mid teams again. I guess we'll see. Mouth says it seems great, and I actually do believe him because I was noticing I liked his build. So, anyways, I do like this team. There's definitely some issues. The running backs are thin. I like the quarterback room. I do like the wide receiver room. The tight ends is an issue, though. If George Kittle comes back earlier, there's just a lot of questions on this team. I'm going to give it a – what do you guys have? You tell me the grade because I am partial to this build because I think it's a really aggressive team, and you're playing to win here with some of the stacks, and I love the receivers. DK as your 4, and that's stacked as well. I like this one. I do. The issue, I can't give it like an A or anything because there are some issues. Mouse says C. I'm going to say it's a little better than that, but I don't think it's like an A or anything, like I said. What do you guys have? The tight ends are definitely an issue, but I do love Stowers, so that is kind of a saving grace pick for me. I wish you had gone someone a little safer. Like if this had Mason Taylor instead of Stowers, just like I need some security there with George Kittle being out. This team's either undefeated or winless. This is just total points, by the way, because it's underdog until the playoffs, but it's along the same line as mine, but mine is better. Phantoms, are you in here? What do you like your team? Give me a grade for your own team. We'll move on to Mouse team, and then I'm going to finish it off with my own squad. Mouse projections crazy high. So Josh Allen, Caleb Williams, Sam Darnold. I think he just took I would have been happy with just Josh Allen and Caleb, but you took Sam Darnold because you had JSN, I remember. But that's a bonkers quarterback room. Jalen Warren, Tyler Algier, Kyle Monunga, Kenneth Gainwell, Emmanuel Wilson, and Sean Tucker. I mean, you tied the room together. B- from Phantoms for his team. That's about right. You tied the room together waiting at running back, but Kenneth Gainwell is the guy, I feel like, and Monunga as well. Like those two guys right there, you don't need a lot because you're not going to use them as a flex typically. So pretty good for what you had at running back. JSN, Drake London, DJ Moore, Shakir, Shaheed, Torrey Horton. It's a lot of Seattle receivers. Trey Franklin and Cooper Kupp. Loveland, Barner, Cade Otton. This is too much Seattle. This is way too much Seattle. You have Barner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Seattle passing game options. I just feel like this is overstacking for your third quarterback. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Like, that is just a lot. Like, there's just no way. Like, you're going to rely on a lot of those guys. And, like, if Sam Darnold doesn't have a good week, like, you're just not going to have the receiver production. I do love the running back room, like I said. Tight ends, I like it. I just wish you didn't need A.J. Barner just because you had all those. Like, Cooper Kupp, like, just so much Seattle. And their defense is so good. Like, when are they getting into shootouts? That's my only thing. I feel like I love the team, and I'm just going to be honest. I think that Sam Darnold and, like, that Seattle stack thing just kind of fucking threw it off to me. Like, it's so aggressive on the stack. And, yes, if Seattle – this is such a wacky, weird team to me. And you have Emmanuel Wilson. Like, there's just too many Seattle players. Like, there's just not enough points to go around. You know what I mean? Like, I wish you just didn't do the Sam Darnold thing. Because I think the start of this draft was fucking bonkers. Like, you had the stack with Caleb. You had the double stack with Josh Allen. That's, I guess, my thing. It's just, there's too many Seattle players. That's just the bottom line. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Seattle players with Sam Darnold. That's just insane. That's just insane. So I got to give this one a solid C. I see the upside. I I feel like it's just too many Seattle players. I'm sorry, Mouth. It's Cooper Kupp, Torrey Horton. Like, you should have just had Shaheed in that case. And if you had Barner, like that, just have 3 of them. That's just way too many. And it's just not a team that profiles as like, there's too much for any team. If it was like the Bills or the Bears or, you know, a team like the Bengals, like that's a thing. Even if he doesn't though, like how many points is Seattle going to score? Like their defense is the best in the league. They're not going to have a lot of things. I'm looking at individual games too for the playoffs. Like Sam Darnold wins the MVP, you were going to dominate, right? That's the thing. If he has a Caleb Williams year, the thing is like having Caleb and Josh Allen, it's just a lot. Dart, this is best ball. There are no trades. There's no waiver wire. This is what you get. This is what you get. There's no matchups. It's total points. And the playoffs is just like you advance. The top 2 teams advance into the playoffs. Top 2 team advance after the first round. In your specific, and the championship is like 300. The 300 best teams of this giant 30,000 pool advance. All right, we're gonna move on. What do you guys think? I didn't get a lot of grades for this one because this is a hard one to evaluate. I just see so many Seattle players. I don't like going all in on that many teams in general. The team you sent on the Discord was a fucking A+. I'll tell you that much. Hatcher thinks it's fine. I actually like the running back room for where you drafted them. Like this running back room is an A from like where you drafted these guys because Monungai and Kenneth Gainwell, even Emmanuel Wilson. It's just so much stuff at Seattle. Another late picks. All right, we're going to go on to my team here. And, you know, you guys can crucify me too. MVP says C+. So we have Dak, Matt Stafford, and Bryce Young, quarterbacks. Running back Travis Etienne, David Montgomery, Quinshon Judkins, Mike Washington Jr., Alvin Kamara, and Trey Benson. The back 3 running backs are a little bit questionable. Puka, George Pickens, Jordan Tyson, Jalen Coker, Jalen McMillan, Calvin Ridley, Keyshawn Boutte, and Jahan Dotson with Tucker Kraft, Terrence Ferguson, and Jake Tunges. In terms of stacking, we have Dak with George Pickens. We have Matt Stafford with Puka Nacua. We also have Terrence Ferguson. And then Bryce Young is stacked with Jalen Coker. So, you know, pretty decent stacks all around. Nothing too crazy. Pretty balanced. The running back room, man, I do like the top 3 guys. Nothing that's going to blow anyone's socks off, though. Same with the wide receiver room. This is a pretty blah team, but it's very balanced. I don't think I have maybe tight end's my weak spot. Quarterbacks are really good, though. I do like the quarterbacks with Bryce Young. So Silver says C. Yeah, this is just kind of a blah-ish team. It's not like it doesn't jump off the page. Ooh, Dart Jar Jar gives it B+. The Coker, which informed me taking Darnold and the OD Seattle. B- from Hetzer. Thanks, Jar Jar, the Panthers players. I wish I won for that. Ooh, Mouth likes his team. B+. It's definitely maybe the best built team. Usually that's what my teams are. I definitely always win like the build thing because I'm very conscientious about that. Unfortunately, I don't love the players as much as I do on some of my other teams, like Jordan Tyson. I think all the positive news has got me more on. I love Tyson, the player, but I think he's going to go pretty high in the draft. B. Mouth says because I destroyed his draft strategy. B+ from Mouth. Upside isn't the best. B- C+. Yeah, I agreed. I guess the only upside part is that I do have my top 2 receivers that are both elite with my top 2 quarterbacks. So like it is balanced. It's not overstacked. It's not understacked. The running backs are fine. The top 3 are good. You know, Jordan Tyson is a 3 though. I do love McMillan, Ridley, and Boutte there. That kind of saved my wide receiver room in my opinion because I do like those guys in best ball. And then Ferguson, Tunges is fine. Like he'll be good early in the year. I don't know. This is an okay team. So who do we think won this? This is a lot. There's 6 teams to go through. Who won this one? And I got to get off here. It's almost been 3 hours. I'll be back on tomorrow night, gentlemen, with another couple drafts tomorrow night. So it's hard to go through every team. This one had the quarterback issue and the DeMarcado. This is a really good team. Let's see. Dakota's team. Do we like this team? I did like Dakota's team a lot. I really like Dakota's team. Very well balanced. We have Jake's team. This is the aggressive team with the injury-prone quarterbacks. Too much running backs, but really good running back room. Love the tight ends. And then Phantoms. If there's no Jeremiah Love on this team, I do like this team as well. This was good. I don't know if we have a set winner. Anyone in the chat that wants to say who's the winner, especially someone that's not in this draft, if you want to give a winner, this is tough. I think the problem is all our teams are going to have some flaws because we're all drafting against each other. And like the team Mouth sent us, I'm going to go back to that one. Like this was a team that was this team right here. Like no one had a team this good in this draft. Brock Purdy, Malik Willis, Daniel Jones. Like this squad right here, this is an A. And MVP says Dakota, I think, won. I think so, too. I think Dakota's definitely top 2. This team he drafted, though, like this is what happens when you don't have all of us drafting. And it's, sometimes you get some sharp rooms, but when there's 5 or 6 of us that watch this show that know ball, it's going to be hard to have a really good team. It's really balanced out. Remember, Rob, shirtless gritty. If I win 6 figures, Dakota won, in my opinion. I would have won if I didn't overdo Seattle. Yeah, that's why I said I loved your start. And maybe just take 2 of those. Like either Barner, I think Cooper Kupp is definitely unnecessary. And I think it was Horton. If you just take Horton, Barner, and Cooper Kupp, or just Cooper Kupp and Horton away, like now you didn't overdo Seattle. You only have 4. And you also have Emmanuel Wilson. It's like how many touchdowns can they really score? Take 2 of them away. I think take 3 of them away. You had a chance to have a fucking another badass draft, but sometimes that's what falls to you. But again, like this team right here is an A+. If you want to look at what an A+ team looks like, this is an A+ team. No issues. You have stacks, you have balance, you have upside, you have safety. Love that one. Well, Jar Jar, drafting best ball this early also is insane because we don't know bye weeks. So like this is just we're all fucking sickos around here, and it's very intense to draft this early because there's so much stuff that could go wrong. Take aside the injuries, like just the fact that we don't know the bye weeks, and like if you take a 2 quarterback team, they both have the same bye week, you're costing yourself 20 teams. That's the difference between advancing to the playoffs and not possibly. All right. So any other last questions, comments? Again, tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central, we'll do some more of these drafts. And then Monday, we have Mike Storey joining us for the recap, our little segment we've been doing. We're doing our running back and wide receiver, our personal ranks for the NFL draft, 10 running backs and 15 wide receivers each. Tuesday, Mouth is joining us for our wide receiver deep dive show. We're going through Mouth's 15 wide receivers. Definitely tune into that one. And also, while you're at it, go check out Downtown Sports, gentlemen. The link's in the description in here. It's all over the Discord. They're on YouTube now. Just search Downtown Sports whatever podcast platform you use, and you will find them. Only once a week, guys. Easy listen. Any of you guys looking to hop in the community and also support me, keep this show going, guys. Keep me going every single night like I am doing, and keep me happy as well. Shout out to the guys that are actually in there already. I appreciate all you guys, especially the fanatics. You guys are key here. And I give you all the perks. There's a lot of perks to be had. And you guys know it. You've heard me a million times. Hop in there tonight. Link in the description. Just go to Patreon, Professional Fanatics. Hop in. I'll get the email. I'll get you in the Discord tonight, and we'll be chatting. There's also 1 spot left in the Dynasty League. We're going to start filling up the redraft leagues here soon once the Dynasty is taken care of. Get your spot. Play with us. Play with all of the co-hosts, the fans, the community you love. Get access to the bets, the free merchandise. You know all this stuff, man. All this stuff, well worth it. Ask anyone that's in there. They're all still in there in the off season because I think they love me and I think they know what they're getting. And this is a spot to jump in. Also, yes, the rookie part, Jar Jar, with these early best balls. It's like a scratch off, dude. Sleeping on your team, B- at least. Oh, sorry, Hetzer, I missed this question. I don't know, man. 1,000 yard. I'd like to think he will, but I'm pretty high on Marvin Harrison this year, and I just don't know if the targets will be there for Michael Wilson because Trey McBride's still the one. I think they can't just throw the ball 45 times a game. I think he could have 850 yards and 7 touchdowns though if everyone stays healthy. But yeah, I still like Michael Wilson at cost this year. I just prefer Marvin Harrison at cost because it's only a 1-round difference. And I'm the biggest Michael Wilson fan ever, so maybe it's blasphemous that I say this, but I don't know. Appreciate you, Hetzer. Appreciate you. I think so as well. I love Wilson, as you guys know. Silver gets an F because he grabbed so many of the guys I was hoping would make it back to me in both drafts. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know what? All out of love, though. It's all good. Everyone takes Mason Taylor. I can never get Mason Taylor, so it's fine. We got to take it, take the good with the bad, right? And anyways, great fucking show. Great fucking show. And let's hear from Gronkowski.
And you got to give credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbegbue. Emeka Egbegbue. Emeka Egbegbue.
All right. Yeah, so they're both just beefing over here. You get an F- for smashing Nailor and A-Rod on me. By the way, there is no such thing as an F-. It's F is the lowest, but you know what? If you were a dick as a teacher, because F- is never really a thing, I might be a guy, if I didn't like a student or he was an asshole or really sucked, I might give an F-. That's my grade for Travion Henderson's rookie film, based on the numbers, take the numbers apart. The film is an F-. How about that? I'll give that for Travion Henderson. F-. Ooh, yeah, G+. That's the next one, G+. G has like a positive connotation, though, so we got to get a worse letter, right? Or G could be like gay, you know? But yeah, something like that. Yeah, gay plus. Although right now it's celebrated to go that way. So you know what? Let's not disparage a whole group of people that are, you know, super. You took Chug, so I had to pivot to Pat. Oh, Chig. Yeah, I got you. I see Chug, and I'm like, I'm gonna Chug. For Mouse last $5 super, just because he's awesome, I'm gonna fucking chug this. If you join the Patreon, I won't send my attack cat after you. Mouth, big supporter of the show. Actually, the biggest supporter of the show. We appreciate it. I mean, just for that, I'm going to give you a chug because you mentioned chug and he said chig. And Mouth knows what's up. He's been in since the very beginning. Mouth actually found this program before the streams even started. So he was in before that in terms of subscriber. And a lot of you guys are OGs. So I do appreciate all of you guys. I'm going to do one last chug and then I'll send you all out. Again, tomorrow at 10 p.m., we'll do a couple more of these UDFA 3 drafts before it's too late because these fuckers are filling up fast. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you, Mouth. Again, Downtown Sports Gentlemen. Just give them a follow, especially on YouTube. Just go subscribe right now if you could. If you don't want to watch, that's on you. Same thing. You should watch and just give them a chance because then you will watch if you give them a chance. Same with this program. Give him a sub. Help him build up so he can do some live streams of his own. And, you know, that long battle to get monetized on YouTube, guys. It took me 5 years. I was doing this show for 5 years. With, you know, kind of a grassroots, even more grassroots than it is now. And it took me almost 5 years to get monetized because you have to have 1,000 subs. It's not the subs, it's the watch hours. It's so many watch hours. And that was a long battle. So it takes a long time if you don't have, you know, like if like Matt Harmon starts a channel, he already has a huge following. He's going to get monetized because he has a whole team backing him and like marketing and all that shit. But if you were, you know, a small time grassroots operation like this is, and like Mouth show is, especially on YouTube because he's new to the platform, help him out. Give him a watch, give him a listen, spread the word as well as this show. Spread the word, guys. I know it kind of sucks to give your league mates and friends this information that we get because we dominate here. But you're still going to be, you guys already know fantasy already. Like, this is just a tool to help everyone get a little better. Also from some entertainment. You know what we do around here. So anyways, appreciate everybody. Hopefully I see you guys in the Discord. If you're not in there, hopefully I see you guys in there soon. Like I said, one spot left in the Dynasty, guys. There's 3 people vying for it. They said they want to get in, say they're going to join. Whoever goes first gets it. I'm not making it a 16-team league. It's going to be 14. And if you don't get that, you can still get in some redrafts later, but first come, first serve, baby, and play with all the OGs. Play with all the co-hosts. It's going to be a great time. So appreciate everyone. Thank you, Mouth, Hetzer, all you guys, Dakota, MVP, all the fanatics out there. We love you guys. Appreciate you. And we're going to see you guys. Oh, man, good call. I didn't play the Helen. Hold on. Something we need to do around here that we didn't do. Well, I'll do this one right here. That's not Helen. There's Helen. Hey, Helen. How you doing? What a cute girl. She's so cute. Helen, you're so cute. She's also one of the producers on the show. She's next to me. She doesn't look good, so she's so scared that she doesn't want to come on camera. And I try to I'll give her makeup, I'll cut her hair, whatever she wants. She just doesn't want to do it. So we hit 3 hours in the stream, boys. That's pretty impressive for a live draft solo show. All right. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you in the Discord. See you guys tomorrow night or next time that you guys want to come on and talk to me and hang out. Love your life. Stay positive and respect each other. I'm out of here.
You just seem like a good dude. I thought I'd see if you wanted to grab a beer, that's all. I'm glad you called. We get home safe, Pistol.
You got it, Jobin.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
Oh, what'd you say?
I don't know. You nicknamed me Pistol, and I just called you Jobin. It means nothing. I'm drunk. I'm gonna call a cab.
All right, man. You have my number, yeah?
I got you stored in my iPhone.
All right, if